Hello everyone, Tactical Itch here, and welcome back to another stream of Total Warhammer 3 multiplayer. Today we are still not doing our own tournament. Instead, we are stealing Human Boy Is tournament again. Yep, this is a new player tournament for the EU time zone, and right now we're fighting against Power Chan. Well, I'm not a new player whatsoever, but it is a Swiss format, and we have 9 players, so there's one player receiving a buy round every round. In this first round, Power Jan is the first first buy round. So, just to let everyone have some stuff to do, I'll be playing against Power Jan right now. And yes, we are going with a bit of a Dowie versus Skaven battle. And yeah, let's just wait for ourselves to load in. I hope everyone hears me now. I actually have no idea. I didn't really check the audio before I started the stream. But yeah. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. Because, yeah. We're on... This is only halfway through the week, and it's been quite hectic. Alright, let's just load in and see what Power Chan brings to the table. Actually, we can't, because we are not spectating. Alright, let's just load up our Dwarf Rush and see what happens here. I have no freaking idea. But we are kind of going mostly all in on our front line. We did have some Slayers guarding our Lord here, but not optimal, to say the least. Alright, alright, 1, 2, these guys, guard mode, yeah, that's about it. Alright, hey Chromato, doing well. Just having a chill week so far, not really chill, got some stuff to do, but, yeah, it's doing alright so far. Alright, I have fun to my opponent, and I hope everyone, alright. Alright, just ain't gonna have fun to my opponent, and yeah, it's like, I've been rather busy lately, which is why I didn't really initiate my own events, but yeah, Human Boy seems to be busy these days, I suppose partly because of his wedding and all that, but yeah, so the reason why I'm hosting the new player tournament today is that Human Boy is only free today, but then he had another commitment, and I'm sure you might notice there was like a campaign stream from Human Boy, and that was his commitment today, so he wasn't able to host like the new player tournament. So here I am, like stealing his events, you know. Yeah, but the Human Boy new player tournament must go on, so somebody has to take his place, right? Alright, looks like our opponent is ready, so let's just go, because we might be a bit busy here. Anyways, let's just rush, fuck it. Ow! That's annoying. Right. Oh, teeth breakers. Okay, I don't have to worry about. Oh, oh, the cannons! The warp lightning cannons! Ouch! Alright, let's just roll through everything here. Keep going. Alright, you guys keep moving up, and you can fly a little low. Start, I don't know, burn stuff down. Alright, let's just keep moving up. And then we have a choice. What to throw at here. Alright, you can just go straight through. They're shooting at the trees here, that's fine. Alright, let's just keep going. Alright, we rush up. We rush up. Keep going. Doomseeker rush, baby! Oh, this is so dumb. Let's go. Oh, shit. Natty Boobles. Alright, these guys go up there.
Nothing can stop us. Our fire.
I didn't realize Natty Boobles were there. Alright, you guys can start shooting at stuff behind up there. Go kill the more Alright. We got those under control, and we can start. Just chase. Doesn't really matter. Doomseekers might be a good, might be the next upcoming solution to the whole Skaven problem. Oh wait, shit, that sounds wrong! Oh no! Shouldn't have said that, but yeah, whatever. Alright, just keep catching up with them.
Our fire undimmed.
It's quite funny how... Alright, cool, let's just keep going.
Slayers, vengeance. Fire, reload, fire!
Yeah, Skaven sucks at dealing with monstrous infantry, and technically Doomseekers count as monstrous infantry. Kind of. Quake Caretaker, this is gutsy. This is a gutsy move, but I appreciate that. But unfortunately, Quake sucks a lot. Oh, actually, I need to turn off hard mode. Actually, push that or something. Alright. Yeah, damn, the Doomseekers are just cleaning house. It's something to say. Alright, just keep shooting.
Nothing can stop us! Miners! Pump those dwarf.
Alright, yeah, I need you guys to go chase that. You guys go shoot that thing. And...
Yes! I am strong!
cleansing ruin.
Slayers! Nothing can stop us!
Run north, back up. Can't fight that shit. Alright, these guys can come back and help out. Come back and start shooting or something? I don't know. And yeah, no... The Skavens really struggle at dealing with the Doomseekers. Do I really need to spin now? I don't think so. Oh boy, we already have the first match coming in from the replay files. Let's go. But yeah, right now let's focus back onto the match. Lord, almost died, but didn't actually die there. Alright, everyone else can fight Quake. Rangers, Bugmen, pull back or something. This guy run. These guys keep shooting. Miners occupy the attention of the Natty Bulls, and they are not back yet. I totally forgot about the freaking flamethrowers. What the fuck? Whatever, it doesn't matter. The brimstone guns really don't matter in this one. It's really just the Doomseekers.
Go! Vengeance!
They might seek doom, but they definitely are bringing doom to everywhere. What the fuck did they do? 100 kills with 100 value. What the hell? Bro, what the hell? Oh, they suck. Brimstone guns suck now. Oh. Alright, go kill Quake or something. Slayers just keep chasing him down. I think that's ambulances. GG. Alright, GG. Yeah. The Doomseeker just plowed through the Skaven front line. My god. Yeah. And I think one of the main ways for Let me just reply to Powerjan. Thanks, someone. I'm just gonna reply to Powerjan and just kind of commentate on some stuff first. Give me a second. Okay. But yeah, Vanguard Rush has been a really good way to rush Skaven as dwarves. The Brimstone guys didn't do shit. This one used up all their ammo, just kill off like one Skaven slave unit or something. It's really Doomseekers pushing through and the Rangers, the Buckmen's doing pretty well for their cost. But yeah, not really sure if Doomseekers do much against a more experienced player. Maybe, yeah. I don't know. Like, Skaven's weakness lies in their front line, easily getting crumbled. And a miners to like soften up the front line with blasting charges, and then Doomseeker's rush would make it quite potent. But of course, if there's like Night Runners and stuff, it would be a bit trickier. But there's also, but that's why you have Rangers, right? Bugmans and regular Rangers to provide that anti-skirmish power, and also just to shoot back at any artillery or stuff. So yeah, that's one way. I would say like Vanguard Rush is definitely one main way for dwarves to deal with Skaven. Like especially Skaven's struggles to deal with like monstrous infantry. Like not even straight up monstrous, like even just elite low unit model count infantry they have a hard time dealing with. Like for example, if I go Warriors of Chaos and just bring Aspiring Champions, they have nothing to deal with it, right? They can't really shoot it with all their shields, and also small unit model. They can't just drain it with like they can't cost efficiently drain them all with Flensing Ruin, because you want to reserve that for Lords and whatnot. Lords, characters, monsters, that stuff. But like Aspiring Champions, yeah, they sure are elite, but it's still not as potent as it can be. And then, of course, in the melee fight, they just straight up gets wrecked by these elite kind of infantry. Like Doomseekers, I personally think would be a very good tool against like Skavens, or even like maybe there's a good chance they are good against Cathay Jade Warriors too, with armor-piercing anti-infantry and that sort. So yeah. Aspiring Champions are way harder to deal since you can't effectively shoot them. Doomseekers have more models and no defensive stats against this style, but remember, they are dwarves. They are short. You can't see them. I mean, technically you can just flamethrower them, but other missiles, you're gonna have a hard time to shoot them once they get into melee. They are dwarves, okay? I mean, of course, they don't have shields and whatnot, so it's easier to shoot them than shoot Aspiring Champions, but still, they are dwarves, remember. But yeah, anyways, that's it for our first game. I mean, Jay and Panapod are still going at it, so we'll have to wait for them. Meanwhile, another Hellion, Mycolum and Joyboy plus Jaima, they have Zero the Full, Nardu, they all finished their matches. So we're waiting on one match to be over. But before that, we can just watch some replays first, you know. Hold on a second. I'm still waiting on Jayam. Maybe they'll send me a replay later. Oh, yep. All four of them. Okay, cool. We've got all the replays from the first round. Let's see who's not playing anything right now. Anapod's in, Zero, the full MTK Joyboy. Somebody's on a buy round. I'm not sure who. I need to check. Oh, I think Nardu. Yeah, Nardu. Okay, let's see if Nardu wants to fight or if he has something to be busy with. Scratch Craven Tail? Yeah, sure. Alright, I'm down to just go Tretch then. If he's up to play Nardu. Nardu was like, hey, I was like, hey, Nardu, do you want to fight me? Nardu was like, only if I get a full army and if you get Craven Tail. I was like, and then I replied, please tell me I can get the rest of the army as well, other than just Tretch. Nardu was replied, 1 Rattling Gun. Alright, I'll go Skaven and play Tretch. With a Rattling Gun. Fuck it. Alright, let's just get some games going. Somebody called themselves a Wojak. And this as in oh wait, hold on. You just... Yep, there we go. Alright, Skaven. Alright, have not played with Tretch at all. Dude's cheap. This guy's pretty cheap. Okay. Losing melee combat. Then or die, Verminous, Valor, and... yeah, whatever, I'll just grab everything. We need to grab 1 Rattling Gun. Alright, where's the damn Rattling Gun? Rattling Gun. Or should I bring 90 rubles? I don't know. Alright. Our honor is on the line. Might want to change the map actually. Let me just see what is the round 2. Brag? Okay, brag it is. Doom Seeker dudes are like small ogres. They aren't small at all anymore. Maybe they are, but that's a grudging to say yes. Try kiting with a gutter runner in skirmish. The thing is, gutter runners have shit range if you're not bringing the slingshot variant, and even then they still have shorter range than a crossbow. So if I bring a bunch of rangers, gutter runners, night runners, that sort of stuff will have a hard time getting shot at. Shit, sorry, oh, I need to adjust the setting. Okay, I'll just do that. I hope that will be quieter. I'm not quite sure because I was doing some other recording and I turned up the audio, unfortunately, but hopefully this should be fine. Let me know if it's getting loud or anything. The Sefma N87 might be a spam account. I'm not sure because I'm only seeing emojis from the guy. I don't know. Okay, cool. Good to know, Crow. Oh shit, I forgot to pick my freaking army. We're fighting against greenskins, so shit. How do we do this? Rattling guns, and then one Warblock to Zale. Nah. I actually don't know how to play Skaven, so fun times. Let's just get a couple Ashen Triads because I like them. And we need quite a few Poison Wing Glow. Hopefully they'll do something for us. If not, then we're fucked. Four Skatars, Howlian, and we need to cast it. So, not Ashen. Warlock Engineer. Warpstone Armor. Cleansing Ruin. Warp Lightning. That. What if any other? Nah. Plague Priest doesn't work here. Okay. No, let's not use that. Triggers when casting spell. This might be useful. And we just need like a ton more chaff, really. Yeah, clan rats. Even slaves with spears, clan rats, pocket, and then just get more clan rats. Use just to hold the line. Maybe dogs? Or maybe we get an artillery? I'm not quite sure on that one actually. Well, let's just get a Packmaster and see what happens. Get some healing, brute horror. Yeah, let's it's a go. I don't even know if this is gonna work at all. I don't play Skaven, man. I mean, I stole the Skaven Masters show, but I'm not actually a Skaven player. Or maybe I should like learn how to play Skaven so I can really take over. Use some Clan Scar technology to gain access to Human Boy's account. And really usurp the throne there, yeah? But yeah. Let's just grab item. I honestly don't know if this is gonna work, but let's go. We have a rattling gun. A horrible piece of technology. Nobody likes it at all. I'm gonna try out this formation that Human Boy used before. But I don't have artillery, so this might actually not work. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, maybe I should have saved some money for some artillery. Fuck me.
I sense danger, peril! Clanrat spears! Globadiers! Clanrat spears! Spears! What orders? Spears! Clanrat spears!
Okay, let's see if that works.
Yes. Spears! Ready! Tail's yours!
And then there's this guy here on this thing. And
My whiskers twitching!
putting so much thought into like the formation reminds me of Go Trick Starbreaker. He's like the defensive geometry master kind of person that I would definitely seek advice for if I ever play a defensive geometry, but right now we don't have any yet. Yeah, we'll just do that. Put this guy out here.
Ready! Spears!
Yeah, that'll do. Whatever. Ready! Alright, I have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's go. Who knows, right? Unless we try it out. Ah, shit! Bacon Cav! Let's go! Okay, I think we need to slow down a bit with our push here. And just watch our flanks with stuff.
Clanrat spears!
And yeah, let's just get our flanks kind of protected. Alright, let's see if they're actually gonna fire, or are they just gonna shoot their own people? Oh, never mind. Globes are firing, which is nice. Alright, we have the Eshin Triads kind of blocking our backline here, which is nice. Alright, we actually need to send in the second wave. Stretch, hold the damn line. Alright, you guys can rush in.
What? Nasty things die! Warblock loaded!
Oh, I'm back.
Rattling gun! For the banning tide!
My stuff is a little bit out of position. That's kind of fine. Not best, but alright, come back. Fight back. Front line has held, kind of. But it's also almost completely dead. Alright, Tretch has became the sole survivor of the front line. What's good as hell in, go up. Ooh, oh! Our front line is slowly getting picked apart, we need to hold tight. Shoot that, shoot that. Go back. Oh, the greenskins are coming in waves. I don't have enough troops to hold the line. I forgot to use the Alright, I need to send these guys up. Alright, you can fight in the front line. I'll send in some stuff from behind. Pull back, pull back. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't be pulling back with these shots. Whatever. It's too late now. Okay, we got some shots out. Go fight these guys. Maybe that will help. Alright, cool. Let's just bomb some stuff. Alright, pull back, pull back, pull back. You guys can move in now. Now that the orc boys are so deep in there. You guys pull back a bit. And Morse Italian is a bit out of position. Triads will have to hold the line here. Alright, you guys go fight that. Where's Tretch? Oh, Tretch is still fighting in here. Nice. Giving my stuff a little bit buffs, which is great. All in all. Very nicely played, honestly. Alright, turn around and shoot. I don't know how to fight Grimgor. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's pull back for now. Alright, run. Vermin's Valor. Charge! Go in there. Warlock Engine, stay back. I need your spell. Alright, you go in. Alright, you guys pull back. Shoot Grimgor. Not that I have any good target, any other good targets to shoot at. Well, actually, you guys pull back. We'll fight a big one. Come back here, and I need 4. Alright, cool. Never mind. GG. That was a good push, to be honest, though. Like, it was wave after wave of assault. I managed to pull off because of the poison wing globadiers and just a shit ton of spears. Yeah, that arrow formation is something I copied from Human Boy SS. That was more than a year ago, I think. He brought this formation out, and it's like a very layered formation that deals with enemy rush quite nicely. Yeah, what else? I'm thinking what the greenskins can do here. Maybe they might actually need a caster. Instead of bringing orc boarboy bacons, just bring a bunch of cheaper orc bacons. Yeah, I feel like a dev caster here would be nice to just spirit leech my characters. Because he didn't bring any casters, but like that's a lot of sustained assault from the greenskins and actually picked apart my outer layer of defense. It's just the problem is just poison wind here. You need a caster for sure, some area boys and probably a different lord. And probably something like stone trolls so everything doesn't die to globes. Yeah? Yeah. Alright, yeah, right. I forgot about the troll part. Azak might not be a good choice here. Howling Warp Gale. I don't. Azek might be an interesting choice because I obviously played against Human Boys before, and I was using Skaven. We were just testing out the Furrow Wyvern, so he brought Azek on his Wyvern and then a Furrow Wyvern, so double Wyverned me. I deliberately didn't bring an anti-air build, so no Howling Warp Gale, and I got wrecked. I mean, not completely wrecked, but I still lost that battle. So I am not completely sure if Azek is a bad idea here. But like Azek alone is actually quite vulnerable to the Skaven firepower, especially if there's Howling Warp Gale. So I don't know. Plus he doesn't have regeneration, so Flensing Rune will hurt him. But Wyvern does give him a bit extra health, so I don't know. But yeah, Nardu saying Nardu is saying he will be focusing on greenskins, which I think is actually a pretty good faction. Like, Greenskin is actually one of the most flexible rosters. Like, they have one of the most flexible rosters in the entire game. I just kind of suck at using them, so I just rarely play them. But, like, obviously you have Empire and Warriors of Chaos. Both armies have a very flexible toolkit, a large range of tools, allowing to either go rush or missile play or kite. Plus just various nice lords to use. But like Greenskins is also a very flexible faction. If you want to go cavalry rush, you have the Orc Boys, cost effective, and then if you want to kite, you have your Greenskin skirmish cav. If you want to go infantry rush, sure thing, you got those. If you want to box, you have Grimgore and the Rogue Idol. And if you want to monster rush, you have your Stone Trolls. So it's like Greenskin is a very flexible faction. I just suck at them. But yeah, it's good. I think it's good. Definitely a good choice to focus on if you want to just learn a faction and focus on it. Alright, so who's the next who's the next buy round? Zero the Fool is not bad. Joy Boy, Nardu is back in. Michaelum is here. Oh, another Hellion. Okay, let's see if another Hellion wants to play. Alright, looks like Hellion wants to play, so we are joining him in his lobby. No, that's the Centivoke. What the fuck, bro? No. Oh. Anyways, we are in. You wanna practice any matchups? Alright, just waiting for Hellion to come up with his Beastmen versus the world. You wanna play Beastmen, okay. What do I want to play? Well, let's just go greenskins. Haven't played greenskins in a while, and I you know want to learn. All right, so what are we expecting here? We probably don't need the Mongrels Magic Marauders, actually. What you need is... No, we can't get any more missiles. Fine. Spirit Leech. And... Right, and we need... Where's it? Nah, we just get a cheap ass. Fermented fungi. Maybe a spinning loons would be nice. And get back here. Ooh, Tormentor Sword. I love Tormentor Sword. Yeah, he can just go on foot. Fuck it. We really need these? Yeah, probably not. Spider of the Byward, maybe. Tormentor Sword would be nice though. We'll get him on a mount. Give him a bit more extra mobility. And the Green Rohirrim, maybe? Perhaps? I don't know. Right, so what are we thinking here? But yeah, we will cast the replays after the tournament is done, because again, I'm playing these games because we have 9 players in the tournament, and that means there will be 1 new player going for a bye round every Swiss round. And I don't want them to just sit there doing nothing, so we are playing some games right now. One, we will have content for the stream, so why not? 2, the players can get some practice in, and also they don't have to just sit around and wait for the next battle to start. Like, I'm sure you want more practice, right? So, yeah, that's basically the gist. Anywho, I have no freaking idea what I should do with them. Oh, it's gonna be Pestigors, isn't it? In that case, just go fight them head on. And then I don't know if I should bring big guns up or not. Let's just get some more mobility. Hey, we have money for 1 more goblin. Oh wait, no, shit. Shit, no. We need more spells and stuff. Forgot about that part. Myther. Nice. Wait, no, we already have... does Rampage? Oh wait, we have a Tormentor Sword, so no Myther. Never mind. Can we get Fate of Buna? No, we can't. Damn it. And we skip some of the abilities and items. Wait, does fermented fungi and fomenters of both count as snare? I actually need to check. More than 2 total nets, or no more than 2 total nets or rampages, of which only 1 may be targetable. Okay, so rampage, this one's targetable, this one's not. Good. We got it. I think that's fine. Okay, it looks like Hellion is gonna go off a bit first, so we will wait a sec for now. But yeah, I think this tournament will be a bit more manageable, since compared to last time we have fewer players. Last time we have like what, 20, so we have like 10 rounds every round, and we have like 40 replays. Today we only have like 4 replays every round, so that's like 16 replays, and then maybe a few best of ones. So probably we'll be fine. Alright, we will just be waiting for our opponent to come back. Alright, cool. They're ready, looks like. We have 100 funds. What should we... Oh, wait, no, I forgot. I want the Buna, but I can't get the Buna. God damn it. Okay, we'll just get another... Just get this and get a Buna. Yeah, that might have to do. We have some funds. No, I can't. But we don't have Mytha, which is fine. This is completely fine. Okay, cool. Let's just roll with it then. No idea if this is going to work, but let's see. Alrighty, this is a rush, but a very, this might be more of a kite than a rush. Wait, normally I wouldn't dare to try kiting, because I know my micro is like on the shittier side of the multiplayer community. But maybe over here, I can bully new players and pretend I'm good. Maybe. Just maybe. You know, just item over. Alright, let's have some more biggins, and I like this. Here's the troll core that maybe will have to back up my my quite skirmish heavy army. These three should be like fighting around each other. Second group, turn on skirmish mode, and these guys are in melee. Actually, you do your separate thing. Alright, ready when you are. Let's good luck, have fun to our opponent. But yeah, I mean, not really that amazing of an army. Alright, let's just rush. Ooh boy, let's go! Alright, let's fight and get those in. Let's see if we can swarm them. These guys have to go in there and fermented fungi this guy. Just do that. And surround him and beat him up. Alright, this can go in. Alright, you guys can rush up and go deal with the chariots. The point is to fermented sword, let's go, and spirit leaf. Alright, you guys can move up a bit. Alright, that's not great. Our front line is getting wrecked, so let's just pull back a bit. And keep shooting. We're done with this guy, which is nice.
Boy understands.
Let's just kite back a bit. The point is, we need to get this guy dealt with. Okay, these guys need to turn back and fight. Because the new pursuit behavior means that if you actually start running, when you're engaging in melee, you'll take more damage than actually do the hurt with. These guys can come back and help. Okay, let's see if we can at least get. Oh fuck. Okay. Okay. Kazarek One Eye is kind of dealt with. They're not actually hitting that much, which is not great, but whatever. Alright, so charge back in. Shoot. Keep shooting. Yeah. These guys go back. Actually, yeah, let's just keep fighting. Yeah. Ouch. Can we just fucking kill? Yeah, fuck. Alright. Come on. Just die, Lily. Alright, you guys pull back. Just keep shooting. Go fight that, and you all fight that. We have to pick off the Zangors one after the other, which not great. Our mobility is kind of getting shredded all over the place. As I said, my micro isn't the greatest, and this is what happens when you don't have no good micro and you still try to like play kite builds. Come on, he's like one volley and dead. Alright, he did. We can go fight these things now. Alright, let's come back with our stuff. Right, keep shooting these guys. You go run them down. Intercept the Ray Shaman. Shoot. And spin everything down. Reduce melee defense. Add anti-large bonus. And just keep fighting it. I did not expect armored, to be fair, I did not expect like armored, ooh, okay. We got some terror going, which is nice. Thank fuck we got to have the swamp things here. But yeah, I did not expect to deal with armored chariots, so I didn't bring any AP, but turns out that AP might be helping them quite a bit. Alright, just keep chasing, I don't care. Yeah, just keep fighting. But Zangos is a good counter to Savage Orc, Savage Orc for sure. I do think that like the main mistake really is just throwing in Kazarek One Eye too early. Like greenskins have Rampage, and once you throw in something like a little bit too eagerly, then you are kind of fucked, unfortunately. Pull them back to regenerate a bit, maybe perhaps. Okay, run them over, maybe. Right, we need to keep chasing everything down. Go and chase stuff, I suppose. And yeah, you guys run it. Kazarek One Eye is dead. Where's the caster? I don't see the caster's dead. Okay.
Come on in, boys.
I think that's about it. Yeah, overcast and just drain. But yeah, Hellion played fine, I think, overall. And definitely, I made a mistake with my front line. Didn't actually get the charge with my Savage Orc, Savage Orc boys. And that allowed the Zangors to get the charge and annihilate my Savage Orcs. But the thing is, Hellion made a mistake of overextending with Kazarek, and I was able to catch him with a double net, the Rampage from the Fermented Fungi, and then Tormented Sword. Which, technically, it's like a double net, but it's also allowed because you can target with Fermented Fungi, but you can't target with Tormented Sword. So, you can get 2 nets or Rampage max. Only one is targetable in Fruit rules. So, yeah, that is a legal build, and I was able to capitalize on that. Just get Kazarek in to a surround, pin him down, and kill the Beastman leadership. And like after I use the Fermented Fungi to get Kazarek into the fight, after Fermented Fungi wears off, I followed up with a Tormentor Sword, so that is a very long control period. So yeah, that was not fun for Kazarek for sure. So yeah, GG to Hellion though. I'm not sure about the Razorgore Chariots, honestly. You can probably just bring Tuskgore Chariots and we'll have the same kind of effect in the combat. But yeah, GG. Alright. This is let's see if the third round is done yet. There's still Panapod and Jayama playing. But I think it's safe for us to just start checking out the replays now. We're getting quite a few replays and I didn't really have time. Right. To download everything. Okay. Do I have everything here? Give me a second. No, I don't think I downloaded anything from Jay. Alright, cool. I might just have to like check them out one by one. Just to make sure. It'll be Hellion versus Zero. Curriculum? Hellion versus Zero, yep. Jayama. One? I didn't download Jayama's first replay. Okay, we got that. And Nardu didn't send. I suppose somebody sent in for Nadu, and I Did not download the Kislev versus Green Skin from Joy Boy. Okay. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I do. I did. Cool. We have 9 replay files so far. Alright guys, I'm just gonna have to organize these replay files for a bit, and then we can move on to something else. What else? And then the third game from Jaima. Okay, cool. And then that is, I suppose we have the final round. Ready? Oh wait, no, we're waiting on the last reporting. Waiting on Jaima and Panopod to report their scores, and then we can see if we're fighting the round 4 by player as well. Okay, just waiting on Jaima and Panopod, either one of them to report the score, and then we will be done with tournament admin. Okay, cool, we're done. Let's see who's... Let's see who's the buy... Who got the buy round this time? Oh, Michaelum. Alright. Ah, okay, he's already here. Alright, cool. Looks like we have one final game to play today. I forgot to change maps from the last round. Whatever. What is the 4th round map? Tower of Whiff. Due to the scores of the board so far, of the Swiss round board so far, we might, there's a chance we might have to wait, hold on a second, let me just arrange Michaelum's arrange my battle with Michaelum first. Alright, I'll go corn then, if that's whatever. Corn isn't the dog shit faction it used to be now, so maybe it will be pretty decent. I mean, it's still, they're still not amazing, but they're also not shit, so eh. Corn's fun once in a while, it's just not my thing to play usually. Oh, Corn versus Wood Elves. Oh boy. I'm so getting kited to death today. Alright, let's see what happens here. Maybe I won't get kited to death? Oh, what am I even doing? Oh god, oh god. Oh god, what am I doing? Just get maybe like a few less. Let's not go too crazy here. I'll turn that off, turn off Gaze of Corn, we have a little bit more funds. Man, this guy sucks. Alright, anyways, back to Volkia. And we'll probably need like a shit ton of docks. Yeah, that'll do. Not great, but probably not the worst either. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to deal with trees. That's the problem. Ugh. This is annoying. Maybe I should just get more shields. And get a few throwing axes. Like if I'm kited, I'm surely dead. I don't know. Why are yours so expensive? Come on. Where can I squeeze out money for one more unit? I can't squeeze out money for one more unit. Damn it. And I don't want to use Skull Crushers because they suck ass. They absolutely suck ass. Whatever. Oh. Alright, whatever. Chaos Knights. Yeah, Chaos Knights. It's decent. Oh shit. Man, chat did not update. I just saw the chat came up. Another QB, still no replace Cassia. Ah, fuck. Yeah. I don't know why, but YouTube doesn't seem to be updating the chat box. Okay, yeah, I only see the chat now. Sorry about that. Panopot forgot to save first battle. Crush the dwarf walks. Commander of the sword. Yeah. No slow with the troll lady. I love the fun guy, slow and nasty Skulker smoke bomb. If I brought the slow, I couldn't bring. I don't think I can bring tormented sword and I don't think I can bring 3 movement control abilities on the characters. I think that's against the rules. Like, so yeah, I think the slow kind of count as a net. So I can't actually bring 3 of those items or abilities or whatever. Alright, anyways, we are just going for that pure width, pure girth, so to speak. Just a ton of shields and bodies, and hopefully we can absorb all the arrows thrown in our way while having enough mobility to maybe counteract enemy have. We just have to keep everything at the back here. Like they can't afford to move out. You just get like kited to death. But yeah, this is us now. This is just our units now. But yeah,
Valkia the Bloody!
Chaos Knights is probably the way, but I can't bring too many because they're damn expensive. So like, shields, and that's about it. But if they went for a tree box, then I'm fucked. Absolutely fucked. So yeah, like if it's a tree box, then I'm done for sure. Oh no, it's a tree box. Okay, it's not a tree box, so I have a chance. Let's just swarm them. Fuck it.
Taking action!
Oh, double dragon. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. They have fire weakness? No, they don't. And they have a shit ton of resistance against missiles, physical missiles. Alright, we'll just keep tanking. And... ouch. I forgot to turn on Demon Shield. That kind of hurt. Should have done that. Not great. Alright, let's go. They have a range limit, right? Right, yeah.
Swiftly!
Keep pushing. There's a bunch of Hawkeyes of Drakira. We will just... huh. In that case... yeah, that's fine. They're supposed to die anyway. Let's just roll through their back line.
We go in glory. The whole strategy.
For the kill! Seeking the fight!
Darkness calls. Rage and fury.
Alright, cool. We are getting through.
Seeking torment.
Let's just get in here.
Wondrous suffering. For orders of call.
Execute! Witness my strength!
Alright, one thing about the new pursuit behavior, never turn around and run when you are pursuing some stuff. When you're getting pursued. That's how you get your stuff pursued to death. Right. The problem is I don't have any good ways to kill the lords. Alright, just fuck it, go in.
Slaughter personified!
Did they not bring a caster? My god, what's happening today? Why is nobody bringing a caster? Okay, we are terrified, not great, and we're kind of close to the white line. Please come back.
Valkia the Bloody!
Keep the pressure on. So we can come back over here and fight them in the air. Oh wait, no, there's a caster here. Alright, cool. Keep chasing. And you guys keep chugging, throwing axes in here.
It is my will! Slaughtered thirsts!
I need somebody to show up that caster for me.
Valkia
And
the
Valkia,
Bloody!
just get out of there, come on. Alright, come back here and start throwing axes. Come on, get out of there. Okay, cool. Go kill that. Alright. Warriors, do your thing.
We create devastation for the Sword Maiden. Unbridled.
Right, we have most of the skirmishes in control.
A skull trail. The Gold Queen Ascendant. A brutal birth.
Ow, that hurts. That hurts a lot. Keep throwing axes.
No!
We should be able to envelope them. Okay, done.
To the fight!
Fight that. That's fine. Go back here and keep chugging throwing axes. You guys can chase this person. And kill them all. Ah, shit, I don't have. Oh, that probably did. Oh, look at the fire damage. Alright, cool. We got that done. You guys back up and go fight that. I don't really need that. Just keep pushing them up, drawing out their ammo or something. Alright, cool. You guys stay on in this. Proaxis. Yeah. GG. Let me just quickly reply to Michael. Alright, cool. I think that's all the buy round, and we can start checking our replays. I mean, we only have like, what, 16 replays today, so it's not that much. We should be able to get through them fairly soon, provided that we don't have to... like, if we don't have to... Yeah, let's see if we need to do some additional plays to see if anyone's like, if we have 2 players with 4 wins, then we need to, or multiple players with 3 wins, then we need to figure out how to decide. But yeah. Anyways, let's start going through the replays now that we're done with the games. Let me just catch up with chat. No slow with Troll Lady yet. Panopod, I used 2 little grams with the range buff to clear out his RT, forcing the dwarf to advance for 1. Oh yeah, that is a pretty good. That is actually a pretty good combo. It used to be the double grom with the range buff used to be like the only way Kislev can fight Cathay, when the Cathay box was a super OP thing and nobody can really counter it. Now we have more ways to deal with the Cathay box, but like it used to be this unbreakable shield wall, and then their artillery is just unmatchable by anyone. So a couple Cathay Grand Cannons will definitely spell doom for anything you have, but the double little groms plus the range, the Gust of True Flight actually helps the double little grom to outgun the Grand Cathay artillery. And that was like the only way, back in the early days of Warhammer 3, that was the only way for Kislev to win out against the Grand Cathay artillery box. You're allowed Mither with Fungi and Sword, really? Oh. Okay, I might do that next time then, in the free rules, if my flare is allowed. If I ever play green skin again, I rarely play them really. Like, my main factions are pretty much just Empire, Warriors of Chaos. These two are really, really flexible, and then there's Ogres that I basically just use one build for everything. Just because that build is really flexible. And then, what else? Let me think. Occasionally I play some Beastmen because they're a pretty fun faction to play. It's a slow, not net slow doesn't count as a... Okay, cool. Good to know that. Good to know that. Yeah, and Shigidigi, you're right. There is a live caster I just missed out in the heat of battle. Let me just drink some water to rehydrate, and let me just get those replay files ready. Ooh, okay, more replay files from Joyboy. That is nice. That is indeed very nice. I might end up with more replays than I asked for because some players might send me multiple replays. So let's see. Okay, let me just pull up my phone because, like, for whatever reason, I think the chat box in the YouTube studio back end is not showing properly. So I need to actually look at my own streams on my own channel on my phone, check out comments and stuff. Just make sure. Okay, cool. I'm caught up with comments now. But yeah, thanks for watching me playing in those battles. Because, like, I don't want anyone to just sit around doing nothing, right? So yeah, instead of casting replays, I went for just playing with whoever got a buy round in the tournament. Now we have just a ton of replays to check out. And yeah, okay, let's go for a Kislev versus Green Skin first. Oh, and also check out the... Let's see if anyone's... Ooh, Jayama's still fighting against Jay, and Power-chan is fighting against Nardu. Anyways, GG to all the players who played against me today. Very nice. Some really cool battles. And I did see some rather experimental unit and builds in the fight as well. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, I'm surprised some players didn't bring casters really. Like, always bring casters, no matter what build you bring, except when you're playing Corn, you can't bring casters. Alright, cool. Let me just check. Army belts. Kislev versus Green Skin. I forgot who was playing the first battle, so... Make Chariots great again. I wish Chariots can be great again as well. They used to be the meta units when Tusco Chariots is a thing. So that was when the silent... that was when the Taurox DLC came out. Tusco Chariots was super OP due to the collision. And Lion Chariots are also OP as well. Now you don't see that anymore. Anyways, army bolts. Kislev, armored Kossar front line, second line of Kossars and spears. Silence and Fury. That was the DLC. The Chariot DLC. Also, Grom Chariot was definitely an OP thing when it first came out. But anyways, first line armored Kossars, second line of regular Kossars with spears, and then some Kislev warriors on the flanks to protect against cavalry and whatnot. Multiple war sleds, I believe. One? Okay, there's just one heavy war sled. And leading the army, Ice Witch of Tempest on the Frostworm Mount. There's also some Griffin Legion moving up on the flanks. Very nice, high quality cavalry. While on the other side, oh god, that is a lopped up front line, but that's fine because it's just squigs and goblins stacking onto each other, which is kind of how you should play them anyways. Going for a front line, trying to crush through the Kislevite front line. Let's see if the armored Kossars can hold the line. More growth Manji Marauders on the flank, and then multiple Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Broken Tunsmoth is one of them, and then a couple of Savage Orc Biggins for their anti-large fighting against cavalry. Stone Trolls are heavily armored, armor piercing, and Savage Orc Air Boys, plus a Hammer of Gork. This Hammer of Gork is probably gonna be dead as soon as the Kislev mobility gets around, but there's a lot of Orc Boar Boy Biggins for them to go through, so maybe that's not gonna work. We shall see. Anyways, the front line wise, Goblins and Squidcards are taking a ton of damage, as the Ice Witch is already dropping spells left, right, and center. Hopes of Nisha. The Discourage effect is going to be pretty useful here. Nuking the leadership of the puny Goblins, and the Squidcard will also be terror routed by the Ice Witch of Tempest. A very nice combo, using the terror from the Frostworm and then the Discourage to break through the low leadership of Greenskin troops. Over here, Savage Orc Warrior begins charging into Colossal Spears. Not really want to take that fight with the anti-large, while heavy war sleds are caught in a bunch of bacon calf. But here comes the Griffin Legion, and should be able to wreck the bacon calf on the charge, even if they're the elite of greenskins. This of our warrior saturating into support, and I feel like things are not looking too hot for. Oh wait, no, things are still quite even. The Armored Corsairs are actually taking a lot of damage from the Squigs, being grind down by the armor piercing, and Stone Trolls are getting into the fight. We also have some Goblins sneaking through the gaps of the Kislevite defenses, as some of the Armored Corsairs were pushed back. So Goblins are able to get through and try to get on the Corsairs, while these Corsairs aiming onto the Squidcards. Oh, not sure what it was aiming at. Probably some of the Armored Corsairs, but they kind of moved out of position, so unfortunate for the Greenskin player. Broken Tussle has been pushed back by the combined efforts of the Kislevite, so a big loss for the Kislevites. Savage or Biggins needs to start fighting something instead of standing around doing nothing, and the Kislev backline is kind of compromised, not entirely compromised, but partly. Griffin Legion, though, as I said, once they get around the Greenskin defenses, are able to shut down the Hammer of Gork, and so no more artillery support for the Greenskins. Warzak, the Great Green Prophet, is still fighting around though, so providing a bit of buffs here and there with the Bonewood Staff, I believe. Yeah, it's he does have the Bonewood Staff. Here comes the Stone Trolls slamming into the back of Kislev warriors, but that is not going to be enough to rout them, and they will be taking on some anti-large armor piercing damage. These Savage Orc Biggins and Goblins need to keep pushing onto the Armored Corsairs just to keep them silenced and stop them from shooting, but alas, they are not doing that, so the Armored Corsairs and Corsairs with Spears are given ample time to just keep shooting. Orc Boar Boy Biggins are slamming in and probably will do some charge impact, but I'm not sure how good it's going to be in this scenario. Stone Trolls not taking a lot of damage from the Kislevite warriors due to their due to their regeneration recovering, but the Frostworm simply moves away from them, while over here Savage Orc Biggins standing around for too long, getting hit by a hailstorm and taking quite a bit of damage from that magic. Also, their physical resistance got bypassed by the magic, so rip. Yeah. Where's that charging into the Armored Corsairs, and the Corsairs with Spears still holding on. Things are not looking too hot for the Greenskins now, as the Ice Witch with her Terror mount, the Terror-inducing Frostworm, is just a bit too much for the Greenskins, and a Wa has been popped. I think this is second Wa now. Armored Corsairs are getting slowly cut through by Warzak himself. And these Stone Trolls managed to break through another unit of Armored Corsairs, but there's still a lot of a lot of Kislevite infantry around, while the Greenskins are quite expanded. Just really only the Stone Trolls and these Savage Orcs are their bastion of strength here. Savage Orc Biggins, though, is still a very strong infantry unit, and can actually go toe-to-toe against the Armored Corsairs due to their impressive melee sets, 51 melee attack and 46 weapon strength, plus bonus versus large. Sure, they're not really using the bonus versus large here, but the stats themselves are just really nice. And then here comes a downhill charge from the Orc Boar Boy Biggins, slamming the backs of the Corsairs with Spears, doing some really nice impact damage, though their Bioblade effects has been activated, keeping them in a fight here. And another spell, this is going to be in the hopes of Nisha. Discourage effect coming in, just nuking the leadership of the Goblins. and perhaps they will be routed as well. Marvel's Magic Marauders has been pushed back and are just kind of hanging around on like on the periphery, not really doing much here, as the Greenskins are kind of giving out on leadership. While Kislevites, of course, with their Bow Blood continues to hold on. Over here, Salvage Orc Bagans managed to break the Armored Kossals, and Kossals was free thanks to the help of the Orc Warboy Biggins. The problem is that there's still a lot of magical bombardment from the Kislevites, and their infantry is suffering. The Greenskin infantry is suffering hard. Army losses is gonna hit soon as Wurzak runs off, and everything just kind of routes away. GG to both players here. A little bit of lapse in micro from Nadu, unfortunately, really cost him the game here. But Joy Boy also has been playing around for a while, so definitely a good fight from both players. And the Griffin Legion did some nice work, but I do think that the great thing about the Kislevite players move is definitely the combo of Ice Witch with the Frostworm and then the Hoax of Misha. Hoax of Misha, I think. Really nice combo of leadership debuff and then the Terror to just trigger those early routes onto the already weakened Greenskin troops. Really nice combo. Really good job with the monster that we all thought is useless. It's actually quite useful if you know how to use it. I mean, there are certain units that are useless, but I don't think Frostworm is a useless one for sure. Like it is a very nice mount option for an Ice Witch if you're not fancy bringing Katrina, or well, even if you're bringing Katrina, that would still be a good like mount choice. But like if you're not fancy bringing, if you just want to bring like a single Ice Witch and add a bit more survivability and add some cheap terror, like not cheap terror, but more like relatively cheap terror to the army, like the Frostworm is actually a good choice, I think. Like you get a Spellcaster Lord that can double down as a terror causing monster, which the Kislevite don't really have any access to terror except the large single entity monsters. And like the Frostworm is already the cheapest one you can get, so might as well just give a bit more stuff to your Lord and make them a bit more effective in the fight, right? Alright, I think... Oh, okay. Jaima has managed to get 4 wins, so let me just quickly conclude the tournament. I'm just gonna quickly conclude the tournament and then gonna head off for like a couple minutes to get some stuff sorted, and I'll be back to cast the rest of the replay. So do stick around. Despite it's gonna be silent for a bit. Give me a second here. I'm just gonna quickly type in the chat in Discord. Alright, let me just quickly go sort some stuff out and I'll be back in a couple minutes to cast the rest of the replays. Alright, I'm back. Let's go. Alright, forgot. If anyone speaks Italian here, Jaema is an Italian caster, so if you want to check out more multiplayer action, do go head over to his channel and check out his content. He's also covering part of the Warpstone Cup hosted by Human Boy. Yes, so definitely gonna have more high quality multiplayer action coming in. Of course, I also will be covering Warpstone Cup as well, so look forward to more multiplayer replays. Anyways, let's go back into the replay files. Actually, we need to collect all the replay files from the players. Actually, hold on a second. Might need to do a bit of rule judging. Might need to like check out replay and do a bit of rule moderation, perhaps. Let me check. Alright, seems like Jay has a question about like the ruling, so I'm gonna have to do a bit of rules regulation and modding stuff later, but right now before you send me the replay, I will proceed with the games first. What else versus Dark Elves? This time, Myculum versus Hellion. The Dark Elves going for a gutsy build here. Hellion, what the hell, man? Are you trying to kite versus the Wood Elves? The Phleretic Master Kiters. Alright, actually watching we're having here. Wood Elves, front line of Dryads, second line of Archers. Eternal Gods, same build actually, that Hellion used to fight me. A couple Glade Gods, Starfire Shafts, and then in the middle, Hook Eyes of Drakira. And then a couple Eternal Gods to guard the rear, a couple Glade Riders in the forest for a bit of mobility, and a single Glade Rider with, single Glade Rider Archer. Skirmishing down the Dark Riders with shields, double Forest Dragon, one of them, the Glade Lord. The missile one, not the range variant, not the melee variant, so no Helm of Sword. But in exchange, have some pretty good like firepower in the form of Arrows of Kernus and Prey of Anaphraima to net down enemy mobility and whatnot. Can use it for defense, can use it for offense, a very versatile ability for sure. Anyways. Forest Dragon opening up with a breath attack, just lighting up some of these Cohen Knights with the I forgot to talk about the Dark Elf army build actually. Just a shit ton of mobility and some shades really, flooring shade really. Dark Riders with shields, Cohen Knights, more Cohen Knights, and on the other side Dark Riders, Cohen Knights, and yeah, pretty much same thing. And now the Dark Riders and Glade Riders are fighting against each other. Dark versus Glade, and then Shades are supporting this fight for the Dark Riders. So the Glade Riders are definitely losing this one. Dryads are moving forward, but there's nothing really to fight them. Only Shades stand in their way. And Shades can try to kite back despite the lack of 360 shooting. Anyways, Forest Dragon here. trying to go up against Malekith, but Malekith is in a quite nice position, staying behind the tree line. So a lot of shots from the armor-piercing shots from the Hawkeyes of Drakira and the Starfire shafts are getting blocked by the trees. But here comes a ton of missiles coming in, arrows of Kurnus plus the focus fire from the Starfire shafts and Hawkeyes of Drakira are whittling down Malekith for sure. But the Shades are also firing in, and their armor-piercing shots are whittling down the first dragon alongside Malekith's powerful melee attacks. Things are looking quite even, especially with the Soul Stealer draining the health of the first dragon and giving Malekith a bit of heal, while the Dark Riders are penetrating into the back line of the Wood Elves. Actually, Eternal Gods are standing guard, trying to block up the charge of all these Koan cavalry, while Glade Gods and Hawkeyes of Drakira are trying to best the fire. Now the Glade Lord is coming in, netting down Malekith, reducing his missile resistance with that Prey of Adam Frema and also just pinning him down in general. But here comes the Dark Riders to disrupt all the missile backline of the Wood Elves. But unfortunately though, Malekith is not getting a heal like the first dragon. The regrowth is topping up the first dragon while Malekith continues to take damage. The Shades are trying to shoot in, but they might be doing some friendly fire to Malekith as well. Here, the Slanish Harvester is doing damage to the Dryads, but I don't think that's the best target for them. They rather just run down the Glade Gods and whatnot instead of fighting Dryads, really. Their physical resistance are bypassed by the Dryads' magical attacks anyway, so not the best use of the cavalry. They're also very fragile, again, against Dryads, which is a pretty good damage dealer. Yeah, they're not exactly enjoying this fight. They're now trying to circle around and go fight the Spellsinger and Spirit Leech, still Stealer it as well, but things are not looking quite nice for the Dark Elves as Malekith is getting chased off. Shades are still firing, but they don't really have much to protect them from melee attacks. And the Slanish Harvester managed to surround the Spellsinger of Life and is just beating her down with Word of Pain, lowering her melee attack. It's pretty nice, but I don't think that's the concern here. The concern is really like the Hawkeyes of Drakira, maybe debuff their accuracy would be nicer, but not that. I don't think Word of Pain is a good spell at all, so yeah, things are pretty rough for the Dark Elves. On the far side, their first dragon and Dryads are hunting down the Shades. The Shades have no choice but to stand and fight, stand and shoot, but yeah, not great for them overall. Now the Shades are turning around to shoot at the Glade Lord, but Glade Lord has a ton of resistance against long-range attacks. 5% of ward save, 20% of physical resistance, and then 25% of missile resistance thanks to being a character and scaly skin. That's like a total of 50% resistance against missile damage, physical missile damage, which the Shades are using. So like only half the damage got through. Really not great. Really not a great missile target. Like the Glade Lords are all surprisingly tanky against physical missiles. Anyways, Shades are now facing a charge from the Dryads. They're trying to run, but I don't think that's gonna be. Yeah, they're not gonna have time to turn around and shoot again because they are about the same speed. Spellsinger getting a regrowth on herself, just keeping herself healthy, getting that glowing lettuce underneath. And on the far side, Koan Knights running down the Hawkeyes of Drakira, but the Hawkeyes of Drakira are trying to run and shoot. But yeah, it doesn't matter at this point anyways. The double dragon is gonna be enough to crush the Dark Elves in terms of balance of power, as the Shades are all mostly compromised. And yeah, that's about it. GG. Like, a very gutsy build from Hellion. Though unfortunately, this is probably not the way to beat the Wood Elves. Especially not with Shades. I mean, if you switch out the Shades and just bring in a bunch of melee infantry, that would probably be better. Or like just get the cheaper Dark Shards, man. Just get a couple of Dark Shards with shields and then get a bunch of Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, and alongside the cavalry, maybe that would be a better choice. Also, Malekith is way too overpriced for what he is right now. Probably not worth bringing this guy. Just bring a Soul Stealer Dragon would be better. Because the most common... I mean, this is... Honestly, Hellion is probably just fucking around with builds, so... I don't know. I don't know. GG though. Like, but yeah, probably going a little bit too... like, charging in Malekith a little bit too far ahead. Like, there's nothing nothing was in place to disrupt the missiles of Wood Elves. And when Malekith charges in, that means he is exposed to a bunch of missiles shooting at him. Even with the tree blocking, it's still not enough to like save him. So probably should have waited a little bit longer for the mobility to get in and disrupt the Wood Elf backline before sending in Malekith to duel the dragon or something. So perhaps there's that. Okay, got multiple replays from Jayama afterwards as well. Hellion versus Zero, this time Khorne versus Ogre Kingdoms. Yeah, let's go. Hellion memes to pay the bills. Yeah, Hellion is definitely paying the troll toll. As Turin, quoting Turin. Turin, yeah, Turin. Alright. Alright, army boats. For Khorne, we have a front line of Marauders, and then
we fight.
5 very blocky Marauder front line. Not sure what's that about, but I guess, no, against Ogres you don't want to have a blocky front line. If Ogres brought Lead Belchers, this is doomed. Because the Lead Belchers, Cannon Fire will just hit the first one and go through all the way to the end of your formation, hitting multiple unit models. They're gonna get wrecked. Jayama, Khorne versus Ogre without halberds is strange. No, it's not strange at all. As if I play Khorne against Ogres, I would not bring halberds. They're like the prime target for Lead Belchers to just shoot up. Instead, you want to do something like this, just mass Minotaurs of Khorne. I did face a very effective kite belt against ODM's Hanadin, so... And the guy kited me out with double skull cannon. And I couldn't really do much against it, because Ogres doesn't have good anti-single entity firepower. Lead Belchers are nice against infantry and multi-model units, but against single entities, like, their damage isn't that good because a lot of their damage comes from penetration. Same goes for the rest of the artillery. It's pretty much like just the Powder Guts who have good and other Ogre pistols that has enough like single entity focused AP fire to do damage over time. Like, yeah, Minotaurs is still like nice, I would say. They beat all the Ogre front line, so Minotaurs with great weapons specifically, not the other ones. Now, Skull Crushers, I am not a big fan of these guys. They kind of just suck in melee, but let's see what they can do here. And a couple hounds, 3 hounds actually, Warhounds of Khorne, just hiding in the forest, readying to unleash themselves upon enemy firepower, perhaps these Powder Guts. Now, also for leadership, it's Valkyr the Bloody. And very standard stuff. Small unit model, doesn't really get surrounded that well by enemy Morn Fang or Crushers. For the Ogres, a front line of Nobblers, second line of mixture of different Ogres. Ogre Bulls, Iron Fist, dual weapons. Not sure why you bring Iron Fist, just bring more dual weapons, probably would have been better. But anyways, 2 dual weapons, 1 Iron Fist, and 2 Iron Guts. In the back there, double Crushers, one of them, the Sky Strider, no, Mornfang Cavalry with great weapons and the other Sky Striders. And Powder Guts, Man-Eaters with Ogre Pistols, and a Slaughtermaster, Lord of Great Maul coming in with Troll Guts and the Bull Gorger adding extra attack. But yeah, that's it for army builds. Now let's get the battle started. As Khorne is now rushing forward, the Marauders of Khorne frontline should be able to deal with the Nobblers, but once the Ogre Bulls charge in, they are gonna get wrecked. Now Skull Crusher is aiming down, like charging straight after the Iron Guts. Both sides taking some damage, but definitely Iron Guts taking more of the hurt. A lot of Crushers, the regular Crushers and Skull Crushers all charging into each other, but Sky Striders do have access to healing. And there's no fire damage in the vicinity, so they're not gonna get hit, their healing reduced. But also Minotaurs are coming in, so pretty nice stuff from the Khorne army here, just nearly crushing these Iron Guts with Skull Crushers, and Minotaurs. Now, Powder Guts are shooting into the fray, but they're kind of blocked up by their own Ogre units. Ogre units are quite tall, so tall enough to just cover up some of these Skull Crushers, while the rest of the Khorne Bulls are just piling onto the Ogre Bulls. That's a lot of bulls. Corn Bulls versus Ogre Bulls, and Corn Bulls is winning and just pummeling these Ogre Bulls with their anti-lock damage, and Nobblers are being dealt with by regular Marauders. Crushers are really pretty much the only thing holding the fight, but with double Skull Crushers crushing them. Oh, so much Crushers on the field, what the fuck? Double Crushers crushing them, the ROR Crushers have been crushed. Fuck. Yeah. Sky Riders have been dealt with by the double Skull Crushers. Even being so elite and has healing, they still can't deal with double Crushers and multiple Minotaurs piling on top of them. Ogre Bulls are getting crushes as well. These Iron Guts have been sitting in reserve and joining the fight a little bit late here. That's why I wouldn't really bring Monfang Cavalry or Crushers. I personally don't like bringing armored Ogre Cav because everyone expects you to bring them. So they bring anti-large armor piercing, and making your your regular crushers, your ogre crushers are very inefficient in battle. But if you kind of just go against that line of thought and bring non-armor like unarmored anti-large armor piercing units like man-eaters with great weapons, and suddenly your enemy's anti-large armor piercing is not as good. So yeah, I would say like just bring man-eaters, man, and get some lead belchers and shoot the hell out of the corn infantry. And the man-eaters will trade nicely into the skull crushers because the skull crushers armor is no use against man-eaters with great weapons, while the skull crushers the skull crushers armor piercing would be a waste against the man-eaters. And on top of that, man-eaters with great weapons have more models immune to psychology and just better melee stats than regular crushers at a lower price point. You get a better trade out of it, like in my humble opinion, of course. I feel like a lot of players just look down upon man-eaters with great weapons. I don't know why. I love them personally. Like, man-eaters are the only immune to psychology anchor of the Ogre Kingdoms, which can come in really handy for like Ogre, which is not exactly the highest leadership faction, especially if it's just a ton of shitty nobblers around. So yeah, I would say just don't bring the Iron Guts here. Like they will bring Corn Bulls, and the Iron Guts are not good at dealing with Corn Bulls. Bring Man-eaters. Man-eaters are great at dealing with Corn Bulls, and dealing with Corn Cav. I would even probably try to bring like 3 man-eaters with great weapons and only 1 Nut Belchers to shoot. Maybe 2 Nut Belchers, I don't know. But yeah, I do think this might not be the most optimal Ogre build yet. But very nice performance from Zero there. I really like the choices of the Corn Bulls. Something like Volkia plus RL Bloodthirster might be good, maybe, but they are just Blood. Let me think. Bloodthirster, with my usual Ogre build, I just kind of crush everything with my usual Ogre build. Like, Man-eaters will eat the Bloodthirster alive with their great weapons. Like, Bloodthirster's theoretically optimal Ogre build. Just wait for what I bring later. Looking forward to see it, Panapod. Okay, let's just go with the Jaima. Very nicely ordered, kind of like numbered his replays in the order he played, so we can very easily figure out in what order he played his battles. So we'll start with the first one first. 1 and then 2, and then we keep going up and then happens afterward. Wait, hold on a second. Okay. Let's go. Alright. It's Jaima versus Zero, another High Elves versus Corn. I think Jaima last time in my tournament also played a bunch of like High Elves versus Corn. Not sure. But yeah, Imrik, my boy, yeah, Imrik is pretty good. I mean, Imrik is pretty much like the go-to lord for a lot of high elf players. Anyways, army build. Front line of spears, Second line of Loven Sea God and some white lines on the flank for their armor piercing and a bit more melee stats. At the back there, a couple. Oh right, 2 times versus Khorne, 1 win, 1 loss, Jaima. Addicted now. Yeah, that is a good chance to figure out the optimal anti-Khorne build, right? Anyways, a couple Illyrian Reavers, and then some Illyrian Reaver archers on the far flank, and Sky's Imric on his dragon. Still couldn't figure out how to pronounce the name. And in a couple of War Lines of Traits in the front, actually quite an interesting choice. So perhaps the armor piercing anti-infantry will do nice against the Khorne infantry. Over here, not much armor for the Khorne front line anyways. A bunch of marauders and then backed up by 3 more Khorne bulls, great weapons. Pretty similar stuff from last time. On the far side, a couple of Chaos Warhounds in the far corner. Forward deployed, Valkyrie leading the army, supported by a Skull Cannon firepower. Skull Cannon shooting at Imric is a bad choice here. The Skull Cannons does fire damage on missiles, but Imric, that's a lot of resistance. 25% of fire resistance and another 25% of missile resistance. That's half the damage from the Skull Cannon mitigated. So you don't want to use that to shoot Imric. And honestly, I don't think you want to bring Skull Cannons against High Elves at all. Just because Dragon Princes are also resistance to fire damage, and there's just too much fire resistance on the High Elf roster. It's not worth it. Chaos Knights of Khorne, double of them. They're pretty nice against High Elves who struggle to deal with heavy cavalry in general, so not a bad choice at all. Anyway, Skull Cannons continue to fire at Imric, just not doing much. This one's even missing, so not doing anything at all. Loven Sea God starting to shoot, and the Marauders of Khorne are shielding the damage. Ooh, Minotaurs are getting ahead of themselves, trying to charge into the spears, but they're just gonna get reflected on the charge. But nope, some of them are actually just pushing through the gaps of the enemy defenses, and some of them are charging straight. Oh no, they're charging in the spears. No, they're taking damage. And on the side, Illyrian Reaver archers got caught, so good news for the Khorne army. These guys are slamming into the backs of slamming into some Illyrian Reavers and White Lions, doing some nice damage, but something needs to be done to shut down the archer. Spear of Slopnir coming down on in the front line. The spears are slowly getting grind down by a combination of Marauders and Khorne bulls. The Loven Sea God over here probably are gonna get crushed. Wait, no, they're still surviving, holding on. While the Khorne cavalry is facing a bit of a predicament here, getting shot by Loven Sea God, jumped by Imric, and then overwhelmed by superior mobility and armor-piercing infantry. Yeah, they're kind of fucked. While the Chaos Warhounds here are absolutely getting pushed back by the Illyrian Reavers, and the Illyrian Reavers have enough speed to chase off the Chaos Warhounds if they rout. Now, some shots coming in from the Skull Cannon, picking off the Illyrian Reavers. But in the front line, the Marauders have been pushed back by the spears, and the sheer amount of firepower. Getting Imric getting some kill, the regrowth is coming pretty nice. Some of the Khorne bulls probably have to move in and start fighting the Loven Sea God. But okay, here comes the Khorne Cav trying to get through and get on top of the Loven Sea Gods here. While the Warhounds have been both routed, now the mobility, Illyrian Reavers and whatnot can come back to fight the Chaos Knights. Balance of fire is still quite even though, because Imric is kind of damaged while Valkyrie is relatively healthy, but we all know that Khorne does not have any healing, so the High Elf army, who does have a live mage, can recover their balance of power and crush the Khorne army, while the Khorne will just keep taking losses. Now there are still some relatively healthy Khorne bulls that can fight, but they really need to conserve their HP and fight Imric. But there are too many Loven Sea Guard keep like whittling them down with missile fire. So that might be a concern for the Khorne army here. Especially the Khorne bulls are now fighting Imric in the middle of a bunch of Loven Sea God and White Lions. This is not great for Khorne at all. The Minotaurs are quickly annihilated by Imric. And yeah, Valkyrie is struggling to do damage. At least they are lighting up Imric on fire occasionally, so if any healing comes in, Valkyrie can just put him on fire and reduce his healing. So that fire damage is still quite nice, I assume. Anyways, Skull Cannon slamming in while the Warhounds also following up. A little bit of Spear of Slopnir hitting both the Loven Sea God and White Lions. Over here, Warhounds are flooding in, trying to rear charge the War Lions and swarm them. But the Marauders are gonna give out at some point soon. Yeah, things are not looking too hot for Khorne as their units are running out of health, and when they run out of health, they run out of leadership as well, making them prime targets for the terror from Imrik and his dragon. So, yeah, wherever Imrik just dives in, the Khorne army just breaks from there. While the Life Mage is just still surviving, despite being heavily targeted occasionally by any available Khorne units. Being Footlord, you do have a bit more tankiness, fortunately for Khorne. Another regrowth coming for Imrik, getting heals and vigor refreshed. And yeah, this was probably it for Khorne as the rest of the Khorne army is just decimated, leaving only Valkia and the Skull Cannon. We can just fast forward here as Valkia trying her best to just break units away. But the Skull Cannon is left alone and Imrik just dives, kills Skull Cannon, army losses hit, and that shall be victory for the High Elves. Very methodical defense with the High Elves, just kind of just holding the line with the spears and then charge in with the cavalry and War Alliance to counteract the Khorne mobility, while the Loven Sea Guard is kept online all the time to just keep shooting. And the Khorne doesn't really have any counter to the archer fire. Like they can send in the Warhounds, but they will be quickly pushed back by the 11 Reavers, and yeah, they're just kind of stuck between missile fire and a bunch of spears. Like those, I do think that Zero should have just try to slip. I'm not sure how Zero can use this build to maybe send in those Minotaurs of Khorne into the Loven Sea Guard backline while send the Warhound straight towards the Loven Sea Guard. Maybe that'll work. Or just try to use just try to use this. Oh right, just try to use the Skull Cannon to pick apart some of the Loven Sea Guard first, and then jump in to combat. Because Skull Cannon is an artillery piece. You can use it to artillery kite. You just can't use characters to artillery kite, to like psycho charging kite on their own. You can use Skull Cannons for that. So Skull Cannon might have been better to just shoot the Loven Sea God, soften them up, and just so the Minotaurs can be better protected from the missile fire instead of getting shot up, so that the Minotaurs have enough HP left in late game to fight Imrik. And of course, you need to send the Chaos Knight into the Loven Sea Guard. That's the priority. If they can get through the 11 Reavers and whatnot. But yeah, instead of fighting anything else, getting them stuck on white lines or something, just send them into the Loven Sea Guard. That probably would have worked better. But yeah, okay, we can now go for the second fight between second fight from Jayama. This time Jayama versus Joyboy. Britonia versus Nurgle fight. Oh boy. Britonia is gonna be rough for Nurgle. So much firepower. So much fire. Missiles. All those on fire effects just gonna fuck with their healing. Alright, so let's slow down a bit. And see. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Sorry. Alright. Alright, cool. Sorted. Alright. Britonia. Run out of peasant mobs. Second line of peasant bows. Just a ton of peasant bows, really. 5 of them with fire arrows, and then 3 more with regular arrows, I think. Yeah. And then at the back there, Knights of the Realm, Defenders of Fleur de Lay, Knights of the Realm, and there's 1 Royal Hippogriff Knight. I think the limit in this new player tournament is 1 Grail unit. So yeah, that's the Grail unit that Jayama brought. The Enchantress leading the army with just a ton of healing, really. Just Earthblood spam and Life Bloom to activate the passive regeneration more frequently. And yeah, Knights of the Realm, just a ton of Knights of the Realm, while the other side, the Khorne army of Joyboy, very narrow, front line of Marauders, and a couple Chosens of Nurgle with great weapons at the back there. Festering Stooges with their Dev's Heads throws, and leading the army, Kugaf Plague Fodder, already chugging in those explosive Nurglings, trying to blow up some Archer fire, but that's a lot of Archers, and I don't know if Kugaf can deal with all of them before they start shooting him to death. Well, in the far corners, we have some Chaos Warhounds scattered all over the battlefield, but this is gonna be rough for them, because there are so many Knights of the Realm. Even if they manage to get close, they're just gonna get countercharged and die before they can get to the Archer line. Oh, there's also a Soul Grinder here. Okay, so double Plague Mortar. Slightly more chance to nuke the Archer line, but I don't think that's gonna be enough to kill all 8 units of Archers. Like 2 of them was gonna be routed soon, but there's still like 6 more left. 2 Grails are allowed in Vermin Lake now. Yeah. Oh. I'm actually not sure if the new... Okay, let me just check. Okay. Let me just check. And see if the new player allowed double Grail units. Okay, they are allowed to bring double Grail units. Jaima just decided not to bring it. Okay, fine. Oh. Wait, hold on. I've got a message. Okay, cool. 2 of the archers are getting, 2 of the peasant bows are getting quite weakened now, but they're still not quite into routing territory. Another volley will just rout them, but yeah, 2 of them are routing. So the front line of marauders are just standing there and just getting charged. Perhaps this is a good chance for some plague artillery to shoot at them. But here comes the Chosen rushing in to cut them down, and they're taking a ton of damage. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, those Chosens are decimating the Knights of the Realm, while Kugaf keeps shooting alongside the Soul Grinder here, doing some pretty good work. But yeah, oh god, this Knights of the Realm just taking so much damage. Oh boy. But yeah, they're now getting shot by the peasants, so Kugaf and the Soul Grinder double Plague Mortar are firing back, trying to really work down those peasant archers. More Plague Mortar coming in. These guys are staying quite close to each other, so that might be a bit dangerous. But yeah, Kugaf. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Why is this? Well, I was wondering why is this range so short. But anyways, Festering Stooges going in. What the hell is Faye and Kratos doing so close to the Festering Stooges? He's gonna get shot to death. Don't do that. Yeah, Festering Stooges are just gonna chuck, but they might miss. Oh yeah, mostly missed, because she was running away from them, so the accuracy was a bit off. Kugaf keeps shooting, but the archer line just came back. And hold on instead. While the Chosens are... This might be worth the Chosen just push out. But here comes the Knights of the Realm charging into their flanks and doing some nice impact damage, while the Nurgle backline is a bit exposed. Nothing is really protecting the single entities and expensive units against the Festering Stooges. Here comes a Comet Chalice of Potion, and that's gonna nuke the HP of the Festering Stooges. Yes, they have a lot of HP and regeneration, but that doesn't mean they're invincible. Look at all the damage, but a nice stream of corruption here, doing some really good damage against the peasant bows. But here comes the Knights of the Realm, surrounding and beating up the Soul Grinder of Nurgle. A flashy abundance trying to keep it alive. But it's still taking a ton of damage. Marauders will be flooding in to screen out the incoming Knights, while Kugaf is now the target of a ton of focus fire from the peasant bows. Chosen of Nurgle here, holding back a ton of peasants and cutting down the Knights of the Realm, doing some pretty good work. Just not quite enough to earn back their value anytime soon, while the Festering Stooges extremely low in health. Probably worth just turning Fire Will on them and guard mode, just so they would check out their Dev's Head in melee distance. That's why right now all that ammo they're just not really using. Might as well just spend them in melee against whatever units they're fighting, right? But yeah, anyways, Kugaf keeps chugging his explosive Nurglings, but things are not looking too great. He's a bit relying on RNG now, hoping that those explosions hit. But they're not exactly doing all the work they need to deal with all of these peasant balls. That's a lot of peasant balls. This multi-shot Plague Mortars are still going in, doing some good damage, just not fast enough. Chosens are now fighting multiple units, getting swarmed by Knights of the Realm and Knights of Defenders of Fleur-de-Lys and the Hippogriff Knights. Another Fleshy Abundance. I think this is over. No, it's just a regular cast. Just trying to get the Soul Grinder HP healthy again and keep it in the fight, while Kuga will keep fighting and healing himself. Yeah, they're going into station. So he will be fine. And just getting more heals for Soul Grinder as well. But yeah, he's just healing, and keep chugging out those Plague Mortar shots alongside Soul Grinder, trying to really get through those Peasant Bowls. Because if they manage to get through the Peasant Bowls, then in the late game, they can just stand aside. Yeah, probably should have... I think the Warhounds are being beaten back. The Nurgle Warhounds are no more, unfortunately. So really nothing to threaten the Bretonnian backline. Like, if the Plague Mortars, Ugav and the Soul Grinder can deal with all the archers, they have a chance of actually just grinding down all the cycle charging Knights of the Realm and whatnot. But with the peasants shooting at them, there's no chance. Abundance of Heart is in the favor of Bretonnia, as the rest of the Nurgle army is pretty much cleaned up by all the cycle charging. I want to turn game volume down 20%. Yeah, I might have upped it too much. I'll turn my changes. Oh, I hope that's fine. I hope that's better. Or is my voice a bit too low? I am not sure. Because my mic is further away from me than normal. I hope that's better. Okay, cool. I hope that works better. Anyways, Knights of the Realm charging in, slowly picking away at the Chosens and whatnot. But yeah, Kugav is that's just army losses. Everything from Nurgle has been picked apart by the Bretonnian mobility, and leaving the characters quite exposed to archer fire. Nothing could be done. A lot better now. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, GG from both players. The Knights of the Realm are basically run down a lot of these unarmored Nurgle army. Like, Warhounds probably should have been left, like, staying far, far away from the Knights of the Realm before the Knights of the Realm commit to the frontline fight. But yeah, that many archers is a bit rough for Nurgle to deal with, even with the double Plague Mortars. GG. Now let's move on to the regular casts now. Let's not just keep watching Jaima's fight. We need to switch up once in a while. Panopod versus Mycalum. Mycalum? Oh, actually, I need to check out Jay's CD versus Grand Cafe replay. Hold on a second. Oh, there's a Dali versus Wood over replay. Hold on. Oh wait, no. We already have one. No, not. Just to check if there's any white line camping, I believe. Okay. Yeah, I lowered the game volume and got myself closer to the mic, so hopefully that works better. So Jay versus Jaima. Alright, let's see if that's white line camping. Where the hell is the white line? What? Where the fuck? Okay, white line's here. Where the fuck is the white line? Okay, white line. Yeah, I think it's all the way over here, so it's not white line camping. And there's this distance that you can try to flank around. Not that it kind of matters anyways. Hold on. Let me just... Hold on, let me just quickly do a screenshot and send it to. There's also some distance, not a lot, but like it's hard to say if that's not enough. There's still some distance between this side, but I don't think that matters to the Chaos Dwarf players. Like there's no units to flank around on this side anyways. Unless you want to go all the way on the other side of the Demon's Tongue. But I assume Jay was asking about like the white line at the back over here. Whether there's like a white line. Yeah, I don't think there's any issues. Okay, so let us not spoil ourselves with the ending first. And then we can check it out later. Oh wait, yeah, right. This is another Jayama battle, we can just check it out later. Jayamas did send us all 4 games, so yeah, that's fine. Okay, right, we have one more game from 0 to full. And Nardu. Alright, back here. Beastmen versus Norskin Chaos. The pawns of the ruinous powers. Civil War. Oh, you moved the cavalry? Well, we'll check the replay in the end, so we should be. Let me just drink some water and stay hydrated. We should be fine in that regard. Like you have enough space between the white line and your army, so it should be fine. But anyways, let's go back to the current fight. We have Beastmen versus Norskins. Now, for Beastmen, a front line of Goreherds mixed in with destroyers of Drakewall. There's an Ungor in the mix. Oh boy. But yeah, Goreherds normally just much better than Ungors, of course. But their stats are actually similar here. Because, well, after all, Destroyers of Drakewall is a regiment of renowned Ungor spear. And they do have anti-lock. Just a bit less weapon strength, unfortunately, and much less charge bonus. Anyways, Goreherds are pretty solid in melee fight. So let's see how they perform against the Norskin Marauders. At the back there, Pesticles, pretty much staple stuff for the Beastman army these days, but Kazrak One Eye, a very gutsy army here. With double Minotaurs with great weapons, Ungor Raiders get some skirmishing fire to deal with any enemy skirmishing firepower and perhaps counter shoot javelins. And for mobility, and a couple more Ungor spears on the far flanks to deal with enemy mobility. Now for the Beastmen mobility themselves, Senegals and Poison Warhounds. Senegals with throwing axes. And wait, where's the caster? Okay, here. Brave Shaman with Shadow Magic. Pendulum, Melkoffs, and Withering. Withering, interesting spell. Minus 30 armor and minus 8 leadership. If you overcast it, I think it turns into an area of effect spell. Yeah. So, but not sure how it performs against the Norskin. And Norskin also bring a spicy build. Definitely not something you see in all the metas, because meta is pretty much just Frog and sometimes a Wolfric. A front line of Marauders led by a Marauder Chieftain on a War Mammoth. Very interesting choice of Lord here. Let's see how it performs. It doesn't have anything other than fight or die, just relying on the bulk of the War Beast to plow through the Beastman front line here. Skin Wolves, 4 of them, supported by some Ice Wolves and the Beast of Tashnar. Other than that, it's just a Fire Shaman Sorcerer with Burning Head and Cascading Fire Cloak, plus a Scroll of Shooting, actually, to add in a bit more damage resistance, which can be pretty nice in the right scenario. We shall see what happened here. Senegals are moving in from the flanks, just moving around, but they don't want to get too close here. They do not want to get charged by the Norscan Ice Wolves. They will get slowed down, and once they get slowed down, they will get picked apart by the Norscan Ice Wolf. They need to run. No, okay, they're doomed. The Skin Wolves armed. These ones armed. Okay, take some damage from the throwing axes, but shouldn't be too bad. They can just regenerate it up. Kazarak One Eye charging straight into the Marauders while javelins are firing at them, while the Marauder Chieftain is bullying the Beastman front line here. Not that the Beastman can do anything about it, and as I said before, the Senegals are getting picked apart by the Norscan Ice Wolf, slowing them down with the Frostbite and are just picking away at their models. Over here, Skin Wolves are getting charged, a little bit of a slacking micro. As they are now being charged by the Beastman units. They're trying to move out, the Skin Wolves trying to move away, and with their mass and speed they should be able to do that without problem. Especially they are needed here to reinforce their chieftain. Being surrounded by great weapon marauders, they are like this mammoth is not enjoying it whatsoever. Marauders needs to also return back into the middle here, just to provide more bodies for the chieftain to fight alongside. Oh no, a bit of a. The Marauders are getting hit by a Withering. Oh, the leadership debuff from the Withering, an area of effect with the Overcast. Oh, all these Marauders are actually getting routed away. Now, the Skin Wolves are also taking a lot of damage over time. While on the far side, Skin Wolf Werekin and the Skin Wolves regular ones are just kind of pushing away the Beastman mobility, but oof, Marauder Chieftain is not enjoying this fight whatsoever, being surrounded by enemy units, a bit of a cascading fire cloak trying to add that melee defense to keep him in the fight, but there's no help for the Norscan leader whatsoever. All the units are too far away to support this fight, and he is getting hacked down fast. He needs help, and he needs help fast. Piece of Tasha needs to Norscan needs to throw everything in there to help the chieftain, but now nothing is in, so the chieftain is getting surrounded and hacked down by the anti-large armor-piercing great weapon Minotaurs. He might actually just go down here from the surround. Yep, the Mammoth's dead. No one saved him, and there goes the Norscan leadership. Everything starts routing. The Animals are still there. But these guys are still full health. Where are you? Unfortunately they were just desperately needed in the middle fight, but they were not there. So even if the Skin Wolf Warrior comes in to avenge his fallen lord, it's not gonna make a difference here. He's just gonna get surrounded and beaten up by the great weapons, and once the lord is dead, everything routes. Norscan player decided to throw in the towel. GG to Panopod for the win. A very nice use of the great weapon Minotaurs surrounding and beating up the Norscan army. And yeah, quite unfortunate there. A bit of a big mistake on the Marauder Chieftain. And yeah, Kazarak didn't do much as expected. His chariots are not really the thing here. Michael likes the generic lord on Mammoth. I guess he's just a cheap Mammoth lord. I don't mind the Mammoth Lord against Beastmen, but you just gotta support the Mammoth Lord with something. You can't just leave it alone against all those anti-large armor piercing. And unfortunately, Marauders got beaten up by the Warhordes, so there's they didn't really do much here. This Norscan Eye Wolves chilled up the throwing axes. Sunday also did some pretty good work. The other stuff, not so much. I think the major mistake is just leaving the Skin Wolves out on the far flank way too long, and that led to nothing really helping out the middle fight, and the Marauder Chieftain got isolated and hacked down by the great weapon Minotaurs, who got like a shit ton of damage. Redact that Kazarak's slander. I'm sorry, I actually like the Beast Lord more than Kazarak, even if those both are like melee lord fighters of the Beastmen. Mammoth and Skin Wolf lost orders along the way. Ah, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Alright, next up. Oh no. This is rough for the Wood Elves. Let's just check the Kislev versus Isle first. Joyboy versus Powerjan. Powerjan versus Joyboy. Kislev versus... Huh. This is gonna be the same Ice Witch build, isn't it? I mean, similar Ice Witch build. Ice Witch, Frostworm, Frontline Quasars. Oh, maybe not actually. We shall see. I do have a feeling it is a similar Ice Witch build. But we shall see. Yeah, a similar Ice Witch build here. Tempest with Hulks of Miska for the Discourage effect, and Hailstorm. Frontline of Quasars, Armored Quasars, backed up by some Kislevi warriors protecting the Streltsies. For mobility, Winged Lancers, and Griffin Legion, I believe. Yeah, 2 of each. And yeah, that's it for the Kislevi army. Very simple, straightforward. And on the other side, High Elves, front line of Spears, second line of White Lions of Trace. No archers whatsoever. Interesting. Probably Spears to pin down stuff, and then White Lions to grind through the Armored Quasars. And anyway, Silverhelms on the flanks. Probably try to counteract the Kislevite mobility, a couple 11 Reaver archers, and leading the army, Imric on his dragon plus a metal mage. No healing for Imric, interesting. But there's a Searing Doom and Final Transmutation, which is not a bad call here, given that the Ice Witch does not have any means of healing today, no Patriarch. On the far side, there's Silverhelm slamming into the Armored Quasars, while over here, these Silverhelms are not going to enjoy it, being overwhelmed by Winged Lances and Griffin Legion, but at least there are some Archer Fire coming in for support, chipping away the health of the Kislevite mobility. Imric needs to get in to the fight some point soon, while the White Lions are slowly cutting through the White Lions. A bit of a Hawks of Miska, that they do have armor-piercing value, I believe. No? No. Still doing damage to the White Lions of Trace pretty nicely. While the Griffin Legion got hit by a bit of a Searing Doom. You can see the scorch marks on the ground left by the molten metal. But yeah, the Griffin Legion will charge into the Illyrian Reaver archers, who are now just gonna get hacked down, charged by the Lances of High Elves. Streltsies shooting at White Lions and not Imric, interesting. They really need to start shooting at Imric and whittle down his health, but I guess that just leaves Imric in the skies with free reign. Spears pushing up, probably try to threaten the Streltsies at the back, and Imric also diving down. Silverhelms have regrouped, but they're kind of just sitting there and getting shot if there's anything available to keep shooting. Here comes Streltsies, they try to turn around and shoot, but unfortunately Spears are too close and they are actually running away. Imric diving down and start munching on the Ice Witch of Tempest. Something needs to be done to save the skills of Icasa, because while she is on an anti-large monster, it is still no match for a massive, mighty Star Dragon. But the White Lances and Griffin Legion are too far away to help, as the Ice Witch is getting eaten alive. Griffin Legion still tries to chase after the Illyrian Reaver archers, but getting kited away for now. While Imric ravages the front line and the Armored Quasars, a very massive hailstorm bombarding the White Lions of Trace, doing some pretty good damage as the Kislevite warriors hold them in place. But here comes Imric trying to move in, but the Armored Quasars are tripping away his health with whatever missiles they can find. Streltsies are also in the vicinity, blasting away at Imric, and Imric does not have any healing. He will take a ton of damage, and he cannot recover from that. While over here, Illyrian Reaver archers are standing still and trading fire against the Armored Quasars. Not a great pick here. Oh, a pretty decent breath attack against the Griffin Legion, but still not the best. But yeah, anyways, big Final Transmutation here, hitting multiple units off the Kislevites, draining their health, but balance of power is in favor of Kislevites here, as the High Elf support are being whittled away. Spearmen didn't trade well into Armored Quasars, while the White Lions are kind of stuck behind Armored Quasars for too long, allowing the Streltsies and whatnot to keep firing away at whatever units they can find, particularly Imric. And also, Armored Quasars are shooting in as well. Imric, while having high armor, missile resistance and whatnot, but the damage still adds up over time, and that's a lot of pistols coming in. And yeah, he's trying to fight the Ice Witch, but the Ice Witch can simply run away while the Griffin Legion comes in to screen. So that might just be the end of Imric here, being shot by a concave of enemy firepower. The rest of the High Elf infantry are also bombarded by the hailstorm, and it's pretty much just Imric, some skirmish cav, and the caster remaining. And whenever Imric tries to move closer to the Ice Witch, he's just exposing himself to more enemy fire, especially if Streltsies are still firing. And yeah, he's just gonna get shot up over time, and once he goes down, that's gonna be army losses. Another Final Transmutation against enemy units, not a great choice. Final Transmutation is good against characters or single entities, not large numbers of units. Like, of course, if you have a very juicy blob that you can punish, feel free if you think that's worth it. But just a couple of Khosars, not great. Like, you want to always target, usually mostly target characters like the Ice Witch. Like, if both if both of the Final Transmutation are targeting the Ice Witch, perhaps she would be routed or even dead if Imric put a little bit more pressure. But so far, unfortunately, not. Yeah. That's about it. Especially High Elves struggle to deal with swarms of heavy cavalry. They just don't have any good trade against enemy heavy cav. Like, the best choice they have are the Fireborn with anti-large, but that doesn't really. That's still not an efficient trade because they're just one unit and then swarmed by multiple heavy cav. Some of them can even free up themselves to deal with the high elf backline, and yeah, not great. And White Lion is kind of disappointing in here because they're kind of stuck behind the spears instead of trying to go after the Khosars. Like, if you're going for one line where White Lions and Spears are kind of in the same line and you send the White Lions straight into the Khosars, maybe they would have done better to hack through the Khosars. Maybe. Oh, hello, Captain Tillis. Haven't seen you in a while. Anyways. Oh, the dreaded Dowie versus Wood Elves. Usually it's the defeat of the Wood Elves. I'm not trying to talk down Michaelm here, but it's just a really tough matchup for the Wood Elves, with the Dwarves having so much missile firepower and such an armored front line with shields. Wood Elves in general just have a hard time, especially the blasting charges will blow up the Dryads with their flaming damage, and Dryads have a weakness to fire. So yeah, cannons right off the bat are opening up at the Glade Lord. Yes, she has 50% resistance against physical missiles, but these are still very painful shots that add up over time. So yeah, the Glade Lord is trying to juke a bit, and okay. Nope, Arrows of Carnage didn't actually kill any models here, so very unfortunate. The cannons live and keep firing, while the Thunders are also turning around to shoot at the dragons. Now, the very desperate maneuver here, using a net of Prey of Anaphrema to pin down the Thunders, so that I'm not sure what's the point here, but oh boy, it is exposed to a ton of Thunder fire, and it's chipping away the Glade Lord's health for sure. And the frontline Dryads are getting blasted by all those explosives, while the Forest Dragon is up here, probably trying to get a bit of a breath attack onto the Thunders. Doing some nice damage, but not enough to rout them, while the Forest Dragon itself is taking a ton of damage here. Glade Lord also getting shot point blank by cannons. Oh well, yeah, point blank by cannons. So Regrowth is in place to keep her alive, but so much fire coming in. Oh no, the Regrowth is not enough to keep up. Flora Ironbrow took some damage from probably being shot by all those armor-piercing firepower, but it doesn't really matter right now. Just popping Rune of Negation on himself to keep him alive, while the Thunders too busy shooting at the dragons, allowing the armor-piercing fire to like whittle them down. Regrowth still going on the Glade Lord, keeping her healed, while the Thunders are now being pushed back. Very nice stuff by the Wood Elves. Oh, a little bit of an exposed cannon being caught unprepared with their pants down by the Glade Riders, and the cannons might be picked off, and this gives the Wood Elves a bit an easier time to get back in the game here. But Miners are pushing up, trying to get to the Starfire Shafts and Hawkeyes of Drakira. Slayers are just gonna stand around doing nothing. They need to start push up, honestly. Like, the Slayers could have been used as a melee infantry to just push up and chase after the Glade Guards and Hawkeyes of Drakira. Just keep them pressured while the Dwarf army deals with the rest of the Elves. But unfortunately, the Glade Lord of the Wood Elves are off the map. So there is no leadership for the Wood Elves here whatsoever, other than the spells caster, who is definitely shouldn't stay in firing in bullet distance of the Dowie formation. Especially the melee units will cut her down fast. Anyways, Starfire Chef somehow moving up. Oh, probably trying to shoot at Thoric. Not exactly the greatest idea here. There's too many threats around. They should be running away, if anything. But else, I don't think that matters anyways. Dragon keeps flying around, probably just gonna go and dive the cannons, but the cannons fire back and just keep chipping away its health. Now the Wood Elf front line is faltering. The Dryads are not holding up their leadership against a wall of metal, a wall of Dwarf warriors swarming them. The Hawkeyes of Drakira have fired for quite a while. I don't think they managed to earn back their value though. They still have a bit of distance left to get back to the value, a bit of Ruin of Wrath and Ruin, New King, and the Eternal Gods, and some of these Glade Gods here. Not a lot, but damage is good damage still. Now over here, Glade Riders charging into Thunders, but Thunders are indeed rather armored at 80. They can actually beat back the Glade Riders. They're actually guarding, yeah, they're guarding each other and kind of beat back the Glade Riders. Dragon might need to be jumping into the fight here, while over here, Thunders keep firing at the Dragon, chipping away its health. Dragon jumping in might just be able to rout them with their terror. But yeah, that might just be it. Everything, all the melee units are faltering for the Wood Elves. First Dragon taking a lot of damage, and the Glade Riders aren't doing much here. Like, there's too much armor and too many shields for the Glade Riders to be effective. Even the Slayers have a bit of missile block chance if they face the right way. So, yeah. The Glade Rider is not exactly great, and I will just fast forward till the end as the Wood Elf missiles are being pressured by the infantry and backing off. There are more mobility of the Wood Elves coming back and shutting down the cannons and whatnot. Another regrowth from the live cast trying to keep the Dragon alive in the play, but there are too many Thunders around. Just keep shooting at it. But maybe it can survive long enough. But right now, the Wood Elves are running out of missiles. And the Dragon is getting lower and lower. Alright, Dragon now decided to go after Thoric, but just took more damage. Like, the cannon not back online yet, but yeah, the dragon, first dragon is flying around. Probably just need to dive onto the Thunders again. Yeah, it's exactly what it's doing now. We'll just fast forward till the end as the Glade Gods are kept being chased by the Dwarf Warriors, unable to turn around and fire or whatnot. The Guys of Drakira has been caught, while the first dragon took even more damage in the melee fight. Army losses hit, I believe, and that shall be the game. Missile resist on all their ranged units. Yeah, all the shields on the dwarves are an issue. Like, if I'm playing dwarves, I wouldn't even bring Thunders. I would just bring like a ton of regular rangers and maybe a ton of corralers as well. Like, they have a ton of shields. They're relatively cheap, and you don't need armor piercing to deal with the Wood Elf archers anyways. So just bring a ton of shielded crossbows, and they'll counter the archers for you. And then maybe a couple cannons to deal with monsters and whatnot. So yeah, this matchup is really rough for the Wood Elves, and I don't think anyone has I don't think anyone has came up with a reliable way to deal with the dwarves as the Wood Elves so far. I've seen players try to do like mass spamming Deepwood Scouts and Way Watchers, trying to like really go hard on the kiting, but it takes a lot of micro, and it's not a consistent way that everyone can use to play in this matchup. Yeah, but it's really rough. Alright, next up we have ooh. That's my battle. Yeah, we have some interesting ones here. New player 20 between... Oh no! Panopod, you didn't save the battle! No! The Dwarf Box breaking build. Oh well. Maybe next time then, maybe next time. Alright, cool. Jay going for dwarfs again, this time fighting Power Giants, Dark Elves. Now there's a snake lady here. Alright, Jay is still going for a similar build. I think this time having a bit more shielded infantry. Double longbeards especially. A very sturdy choice of a front line. But I don't know where they are at, actually. Wait, hold on, where are the longbeards? Oh, kind of at the back there. Anyways, army builds, front line of shields. A shield wall, really. Dwarf warriors, a couple miners with blasting charges. Actually 4 units of miners with blasting charges, and then a bunch of longbeards and dwarf warriors just forming the outer wall of the box. A secondary wall, slayers, and then some miners with blasting charges, a bunch of thunders, and in the center, cannons, plus leading the army, a generic rune lord. You don't really need much from your lord anyways, if you're just looking for wrath and ruin and negation. Like, yeah. For the Dark Elves, the front line of Bleak Swords and a couple Black Ark Corsairs on the flanks are backed up by some Dark Shards and the Siren of Red Ruin. Very effective anti-armored infantry choice, but the problem is how do you deal with the cannons? There's a ton of armor-piercing firepower actually, Dark Riders with crossbows and the Raven Heralds with their armor-piercing crossbows. And then at the back there, a couple of Cold One Knights and leading army Crone Hellebrand. No caster whatsoever. I do believe that is a mistake here. Even the dwarves are not great at like, even if the dwarves are spell resistant, you might still want some spell support for your army, either just to whittle down your opponents, or you kind of disrupt them with like spell debuffs or buffing up your own army, that sort of stuff. Like, it's resources that you just leave unused because everyone gets magic outside of the dwarves and that's some hurt on the Siren of the Red Ruin. Outside of the dwarves and corn, like, it's just resources that you don't tap into. Despite your army the cost in your army kind of account for that. Yeah, anyways, Siren of the Red Ruin getting a little bit too close here. Ooh, very nice damage against the Dwarf Warriors, but the problem is still the cannons here. Just opening up onto the Siren of Red Ruin, and the Siren doesn't have enough speed. Ooh. Somehow stopped there and managed to dodge a few shots of cannons, but still, the Siren of Red Ruin doesn't have enough speed to completely avoid those cannon volleys. While the Big Swords are just kind of standing back. I do think it might be a mistake here, just not moving up. And the Siren of the Red Ruin taking more and more damage from all those AP shots. Now it's trying to like soften up the front line. Oh, getting so much damage on the miners. Very good damage there. While the Dark Riders with repeated crossbows chipping away the health of the Thunders, but more cannon shots just nuking down the health of the Siren. Oof. And the Raven Heralds are already taking noticeable damage so far. Things are not looking good, even just with this start. Things are not looking that great for the Dark Elves, as a lot of their skirmishing components are taking heavy losses while the Bleak Swords are eating a bunch of blasting charges. The balance of power is already slightly in favor of the Dwarves, while the Siren of the Red Ruin continuously getting shot by everything that the Dwarves can aim at them. Another volley of ton of bullets and cannonballs coming in. It's surviving, but barely, and then a couple more cannon hits and it will die. Oh, especially with the bullets coming in. Oh, ouch. The riders on the far side have been routed, leaving the Bleak Swords kind of stuck on a bunch of shield wall. Cold One Knights try to break in, but Slayers are here to intercept, and also Longbeard screening them away with alongside Dwarf Warriors. Rune of Wrath and Ruin probably doing more damage to their own Slayers, because most of the Cold One Knights are already out of the range. Raven Heralds moving in, not exactly the greatest RRR, honestly. They kind of suck due to their low damage output. They have very low DPS, so it's probably better against enemies that don't have good anti-air options. Not the dwarves, so dwarves have a ton of anti-air firepower, and the Raven Heralds just get nuked by all those thunders. And the front line, the Dwarf Warriors are slowly grinding through the Bleak Swords. Crone Hellebrand is trying hard here, adding a bit of Gaze of Cain on the Black Ark Corsairs, helping them break through the Dwarf Warriors a bit faster, but here comes more Dwarf Warriors, and they just can't break through it fast enough. Desperate charge from the Dark Riders with their repeater crossbows, trying to silence the Thunders, but here comes the Slayers to clean up those Dark Riders. Although the Dwarf Cookie Jar has been opened up due to all the resources invested elsewhere. So perhaps the Koan Knights, if they can maneuver around the enemy, they can get some of these Thunders silenced and get to the cannons. Murderous Prowess has been activated, so the the Dark Elves are gonna get a damage spike, especially Black Elf Corsairs should be doing fine. Not amazing, but still fine with their anti-infantry bonus, cutting through a bunch of dwarves. Still not earning back their value though, but yeah, nice stuff from the Koan Knights here. Catching the cannons and perhaps silencing it, shutting it down. But these Koan Knights needs to activate themselves and get to the Thunders. But yeah, I don't know if they can get there fast enough before the Koan Knights are routed. Things seems to be stabilizing for a bit for the Dark Elves here, as the Black Corsairs and Bleak Swords are fighting hard due to the Murderous Prowess. Some of the Bleak Swords even starting to get into the back line, and perhaps they can start fighting the Thunders. Over here, Koan Knights trying to pull away from the pursuit of Slayers and Miners with blasting charges. Dark Shot still firing into the fray, but not doing that much damage. Oh no, earn back their own value, but I guess over time they really accumulated quite a bit of value over time, yeah. Big Swords fighting through Miners, but now Slayers are in the fray. While Colonel Halibron trying to fight the Rune Lord here. And is getting some pretty good headway against the Rune Lord, getting some pretty good hits in, but here comes Thunder Firepower, persuading Colonel Halibron to give up this chase. Maybe a mistake, maybe not, we shall see. As she did have really good melee stats to cut down that Rune Lord, especially with anti-infantry bonus, armor piercing and whatnot. Thunder is getting tied down by Koan Knights, and yeah, I think that Balance of Power somehow edging back into the middle, as the dwarf units are actually yeah, as the dwarf backline is being harassed by the armor piercing Koan Knights, and there's nothing around to save them. These Slayers need to be pulled back to deal with the Koan Knights before their Thunders are getting shot up. Like, if the Thunders are gone, then there's nothing stopping the Dark Shorts to just kite and shoot. And then Colonel Halibron is still a decent fighter. They can maybe snipe out the Rune Lord, and then the dwarfs might be in a bit of a pickle. But things are still looking very nice for the dwarfs, as they do have way more infantry than the Dark Elves. And the Dark Elves, these Dark Shards are getting caught in melee. Oh, this is going to be a painful loss, as they still have so much ammo left. Oh, this is going to hurt for the Dark Elves for sure, as all these ammo loss is Balance of Power gone, and damage potential against enemy also gone. Dark Shards still running away, but here comes the Miners to intercept them, and they're stuck. So I think that might be it for the Dark Elves. Big Swords and Black Corsairs are still fighting through the Slayers, and Colonel Halibron unfortunately is taking more and more attrition damage in the prolonged melee fight. The Dark Elf supporting units are not enough to help her reverse this fight against so many dwarf bodies, and that shall be it here. A brutal volley of blasting charges completely routs her, and that's army losses. GG to both players. But yeah, the Dwarf box is quite brutal indeed, even with the newly buffed Medusa. The Medusa just got obliterated by all those cannonballs, really. This is why most players, more experienced players, would go for like a Dark Shard plus Shade spam against the Dwarfs, and try to pick them off by using all those armor piercing firepower to work through all those Dwarf units. And of course, Soul Stealer and whatnot would help in this instance as well. But yeah, quite brutal stuff from the Dwarves. Box build still one of the hardest thing to crack for newer players, unfortunately. Okay, third battle, Middenland versus Sons of the Mountain, Empire versus Ogres, Jaima versus Panopod. Jaima going for Hell Blaster Volley Gun. Now that's something I haven't seen in a while. Hey Panopod, if you're still watching, just to let you know, even if you didn't save your battle is still auto-saved on the most recent autosave file. So if you go into the game replay files where you find your replays and whatnot, you can rename the autosave file into a different file. And that still allows you to save a replay, even if you miss the save replay screen. So yeah, if you miss your replay in the save replay button, you can just like go into the replay file, rename the autosave file, and there you have it, the latest replay. But yeah, that's it. Anyways, back to the battle. We have a front line of Empire shields, state troops, second line of halberdiers, and Hellblaster volley gun plus hammer of witches. And they're also guarded by more halberdiers, really trying to spam those anti-large infantry. And then in the forest, Demogryph Knights with halberds, Jade Wizard, and Karl Franz leading the way in the skies. Did I miss anything? No, not really. Yeah, I think that's about it. 2 units of Demogryph halberds actually. It's an entire army of anti-large, except the cannon. It's and the Hellblaster volley gun, but they're still kind of anti-large. And Karl Franz has anti-large in Galmaraz, so it's fine. Yeah, Jade Wizard coming in with Regrowth and Earthblood. No healing passive. Good choice here, because if you're spending magic on Regrowth, that means you don't have you have a lot less magic for multiple Earthblood casts, and that means you're getting less value from the Lore of Life passive. So if you're just bringing Regrowth, don't bother about the Lore of Life passive. It's not going to be worth it. But if you're bringing only Earthblood for heals, or like the cheap spells of Lore of Life, then it's worth using the Lore of Life passive, because you're gonna keep casting spells and keep giving your entire army like map-wide healing. So that is pretty nice for a synergy. Anyways, for the Ogre build here, multiple Nobbler Trappers Vanguard deployed, but they're probably just gonna get run down by the Demogryph. So let's see what happens. On the far side, more Fan Cavalry and Saber-Tusk Pack, front line of Ogre Bulls here, backed up by some Ogre Bulls, just more Ogre Bulls. The front line Ogre Bulls have Iron Fist, and there's also some Fan Cavalry supported by Saber-Tusk Packs, Butchers, and Tyrant, a Butcher of the Great Mole. Coming with two Fracker for the Missile Resistance and Troll Guts. Brain Gobbler, not a bad spell, but I think there's too many spells here, unfortunately. 2 Fracker is probably not worth it. I probably wouldn't bring it, because it's just 22% Missile Resistance, and if you get into melee fast enough, it doesn't really matter. And if you're getting shot by artillery, it's not enough to save your ass anyway. Tyrant in the front line, leadership debuff from the Archbelcher and Snacks for healing. I wouldn't say this is an optimal, yeah, Panopod. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a good Ogre build. You need like a lot of Nobbler Chaff to fight with your Ogre Bulls for the Ogre Bulls to be effective. Otherwise, they just get swarmed and overwhelmed by enemy infantry numbers. But yeah, this is going to be brutal because the Fan Cavalry and yeah, they're just going to get shot hard by the cannons, while the Nobbler Trappers probably should just deployed alongside the Ogre Bulls, because right now they are just isolated and easily counteracted by the Demogryph Knights. Anyways, in the front line, Ogre Bulls are already taking heavy losses from all those cannon fire. There's so much damage, man, holy hell. But yeah, I think, like, personally, my preferred Ogre build against Empire is just like a front line of Nobblers, regular ones, not even Trappers, and then as many Ogre Bulls, regular ones, as you can get, and then just 4 Iron Guts on the flanks and 4 Saber-Tusk Packs. Just going as wide as possible to overwhelm the Empire with sheer numbers. That's like my way to fight Empire anyways. Anyways, the Ogre Bulls, as expected, are just getting obliterated by all those firepower. Fan Cavalry try to charge the spears, but not doing much damage, while Franz is just obliterating them. A little bit of Troll Guts trying to sustain their hit points as they got into the Hellblaster volley gun, which kind of did almost nothing, honestly. No, these are halberdiers. 200 something value, but and getting whacked by a bunch of great weapons, not great for them. While the Ogre Bulls trying to flood the back line and get into the Hammer of Witches, but the thing is they need to fight through a lot of anti-launch infantry, and they're not good at that. They're getting overwhelmed, surrounded, beaten up. Not great at all, unfortunately. More Fan Cavalry slamming down. Oh, very nice charge from uphill, down the hill. And the Halberdiers, like half the unit just got gone from the charge impact. Butchers is also in the fight there, and the anti-large More Fan Cavalry is actually beating back the Demogryph Knights, probably getting the charge onto the Demogryphs. But the Demogryphs are reinforcing into the middle now, trying to swarm the More Fan Cavalry. And this might be a good time for a regrowth or Earthblood onto the Demogryphs here. But yeah, once the Demogryphs got the charge and get the charge bonus and anti-large bonus off, then the Mornfang are in great trouble. They're getting slaughtered so quickly. More Mornfang are in the fray, but balance of power is still relatively even. As the Empire did take quite a bit of losses on the Demogryph, France took a lot of damage, but they also have their own healing spell. Regrowth coming in quite nicely, replenishing Franz's hit points and vigor. Now he's diving down to apply that terror and just apply more damage to the Ogre Bulls. Mornfang are also being routed by the Halberdiers, grinding them down with additional armor piercing and anti-large. And yeah, I think that the Ogre Rush is pretty much faltering. There are a lot of anti-large infantry that the Ogres don't really have any good solutions to deal with other than cycle charging again and again. But the problem is their cycle charging tools are also running out, as the Mornfang Cavalry are getting hunted down by the Demogryph Knights with halberds, taking a lot of damage on the charge. And yeah, even in prolonged fight, they are not exactly great, because the Demogryphs do have, I believe, better stat lines than... No, actually, about the same stat line. But still. Demogryphs have more models, and they have the support of Halberdiers, and they just surround and overwhelm the rest of the Ogre Mornfang Cav. And yeah, that's... As the Mornfang Cavalry are dealt with, the Ogres really don't have much to deal with so much anti-large infantry. The balance of power is solely being upheld by the two healthy single entities of the Ogre Kingdoms here. That is quite a deceptive thing to check, because they don't have enough, they don't have the means to pull back this battle and turn the tide. So they're just gonna get surrounded by spears, halberds. They can beat back some of the spears, but France is still roaming the battlefield. There's still a lot of halberds. If anything, the Nobblers is proving to be quite a good aid this late into the game here, providing a lot of bodies for the Ogre Kingdoms. And slowly working through the spears. Very nice use of Brain Gobbler. I do like this spell a lot, especially state troops not having exactly the best leadership in the world, so they are more susceptible to like this kind of leadership debuffs. So very nice use of Brain Gobbler spell. So yeah, the spears are being routed, so allowing the Ogres to pull back a bit. Bonds of Power is actually ahead for the Ogres, but I still think it's very deceptive, because the Tyrant is getting absolutely massacred by Karl Franz, even with Massacre on him. Very ironic, I know. As Karl Franz with Gormraz and Reichland Runefang, those extra melee attack, weapon strength, and anti-large is enough to nuke that Tyrant. Roguts is coming in to heal him back up, but I believe Karl with his Franz with his terror and Griffin and a bit of a state troop support is more than enough, honestly. Where's the life caster is dead? Dead or routed or something. Somehow these Halberdiers are routed and not returning despite still being so healthy. So shame on them, a shameful display for sure. Shameful display. But yeah, where's the health caster? I guess he's dead. But anyways, the Butcher is now terror routed. Oh, it's dead. Yeah, he's ripped. Butcher, Great Maul also getting slaughtered. So yeah, that shall be it. Like the Tyrant is trying to fight it back, but like army losses hit, and there's no way to pull this back. It's still a very valiant fight from Panopod. I do say so, because like Panopod actually managed to pull this game rather close. It's just that they have nothing to deal with France in the late game. Once the Mornfang Cav are all dead. Like, oh, one of the Mornfang Cav did a lot of damage. No doubt beaten up a bunch of Demogryph Knights. And yeah, just quite unfortunate. I would say that if there are more nobblers, this might work out better. Like, probably could have cut the Tyrant and just bring more units. With a cheap as Slot Master. That would have been probably a better call. But yeah, Demogryph's actually done well to this time because they're fighting their optimal target. And they have healing support, I believe. But yeah. State Troops did fine. They earned back their cost. And oh my god, the Halberdiers fighting the optimal battle. All the anti-large going into the ogres. Very nicely done. But yeah, 2 more battles. This one, Lizardman Joyboy versus Hellion Skaven. Grudge match indeed. And this Joyboy build, I haven't seen this one in a while. It's an ODM shit. Who was the player? I remember I see this build for quite a lot. But the player didn't play anymore. I don't remember. Like, he's not around, but but for the short time he actually played, he managed to beat quite a few veteran players. What's his name? I forgot. My memory. But he actually, the player who came up with this build, I think he came up with this build, I don't remember, actually freaking beat Hanadin with it. But yeah. Anyways, was he from ODM or another client? I forgot. Fuck it. Skink in the front line. Skink core in front line. Very good against Skaven, actually, this build. Shredder of Lustria. Extra leadership, very deadly blowpipe machine gun, Slime Priest of Life to sustain the hit points of the Shredder, and a ton of Projectile Air Force. 4 of them, in fact, and then in the forest, some Skink skirmishers providing some cheap infantry support. While the Skavens are going for a melee rush. Interesting indeed. Skaven slave spears and Skaven slaves scattered all over the front line, backed up by a ton of red ogres. There is a thing Regiment of Renowned Hellpit Abomination. This kind of monster kind of sucks, unfortunately. I don't really like Hellpit Abomination because they're very ineffective for what they do. Anyways, a couple of wolf rats with poison are chewing up those Vanguard deployed Skink skirmishers. Packmaster and Throt the Unclean are bounding forward in the forest. And oh, there's also a Warlock Engineer for Flensing Ruin, I believe. Yeah, Flensing Ruin and Howling Warp Gale to lock down enemy flies, but I don't know what he's gonna do with Howling Warp Gale. You can lock down enemy flies, but it's not gonna be a good thing for you because you don't have no follow-up. You're just kind of wasting magic to like delay the attack. But anyways, Shredder of Lustria jumping in, and it's just beating up Throt the Unclean. Packmaster is in the fight as well though, so it's a 3-on-1 fight, all of them on the Skaven side with armor piercing anti-large, so they're doing some good damage to the Shredder of Lustria, but unfortunately, the Slan Mage Priest Slan Priest of Life is in the vicinity, so there's always healing available to the Shredder. Projectile Rider is coming in, and Tori trying to find the right fight support. Flensing Ruin draining the health of all these lizard troops, while the Shredder is shredding Throt the Unclean even with his innate healing regeneration. Flensing Ruin draining the health of a bunch of lizard units, doing a lot of good damage, but Earth Blood is here to keep the lizard men alive, while the Projectile is providing a lot more swarming support. Just chewing up the Packmaster, and the thing has regeneration, so it is still quite healthy, beating up the Shred of Lustria, but not so much for the Packmaster here, as it has way less HP than the thing, still at full health, really. Red Ogres being summoned to deal with the Slime Mage Priest, but I think it's they're dead. Yeah, I think the summoned Red Ogres are here, but they're soon to be gone, while the Throt the Unclean is getting chased by Dreadsaurian. Now on the far side, Skaven Slaves and Red Ogres combined are able to clean up the Skink Lord front line, freeing up more Skaven resources to deal with this blob of Lizardmen troops. Now Throt the Unclean is in a bit of a pickle here, being hit hard by the Dreadsaurian, but the Slime Priest is also in a pickle himself, being swarmed by Red Ogres. But here comes more Projectile Riders. Oh, Howling Warp Gale, very nice cast in the fray here. Just keeping the Reptile honest and unable to dive down to deal with the Red Ogres, but unfortunately the Red Ogres don't have enough DPS to kill off the Slime Priest, especially not with the Shield of the Old Ones adding additional damage resistance, keeping the Slime Priest alive here. And if he wants to, he can always cast more Earthblood on himself to heal himself back up. Or just a regrowth, that works too. Or the Unclean hiding away in the forest because he doesn't want to tangle up with the Shred of Lustria. But the balance of power is actually in this is in the Skaven's favor here. As the Skaven managed to clean up the Skink front line, while Shredder is taking a lot of anti-large damage. Now, despite this, Lizardman build is very good against a regular Skaven box. You have a terror-causing monster just shredding through their defenses. This is a Skaven melee rush with a dedicated anti-large melee component with 3 anti-large single entities armor piercing, so the Shredder is actually not holding up too well. But speaking of not holding up too well, Throt is getting surrounded and something needs to be done to either save him or at least bail him out of the situation. Cold-blooded keeping the Shredder of Lustria leadership high here, but I think the Shredder should actually try to move over to kill Throt the Unclean. But another healing Earthblood, keeping the Slime Age Priest and the Shredder healthy. And the Shredder will be attempting to beat back those Red Ogres. Riperdactyls, not exactly fighting the optimal fight against Red Ogres, but they should be doing fine against Wolf Rats. But here comes the Red Ogres to block them down. On the far side there, Riperdactyls clean up the Wolf Rats, but no, why are you letting the Throt go? Oh, the Riperdactyls should be keeping on to Throt. Yep. Just keep on to Throt and make sure you rout it away and kill off the Skaven leadership. The problem is the thing though. There's nothing to really deal with it other than just try to fight it out with the Shred of Lustria. And the worst thing is that Slime Age Priest is not feeling too hot, being pressured by the thing. Still almost full health. We can pretty much count it as full health here. Riperdactyl Rider is trying to chase off Throt and taking some time. While the Slime Age Priest, oh no, the thing is right behind him, and there's a Cleansing Ruin hitting both of the expensive targets of the Lizardman. Regrowth here, it's a regular cast, but thanks to the Arcane Conduit adding a bit of spell mastery, but here comes the Packmaster chasing after the Slime Age Priest, just keeping him honest while the Shredder of Lustria is completely swarmed by enemy troops. He's doing a lot of damage to the Shredder, but to the thing, but the Shredder itself is getting beaten up by a ton of stuff. There's just too much Skaven troops around. Shredder is in a bit of a pickle. Maybe a bit of healing will help it turn the tide, maybe, because the Skaven units are getting terrified away. Not the thing though. The thing has terror itself and doesn't give a shit. Another Earthblood healing up Lizardman units. Very nice stuff here. And a clutch return from Throt going straight after the Slime Age Priest in the forest. And this is probably the end of the Lizardmen, as their lord is getting sniped out by Throt. There's nothing in the vicinity to save it. And the Skaven troops are surrounding and overwhelming the Shredder of Lustria. The projectile has no choice but to abandon the Shredder and in a desperate attempt to save Throt. To save the Slime Mage. And yeah, this is probably gonna be it here. A desperate attempt to stay alive. Shield of the Old Ones keeping the Slime Age Priest in the fight with extra leadership and damage resistance, and Throt is taking a lot of damage from the Riperdactyl, but once the Slime Age Priest routes and also the Shredder kind of routes in the far side. Oh, Shredder is... yeah, I think it's still alive, but it's almost dead. But yeah, that's gonna be the end. Very well played to the Skaven player, and a very interesting choice. I think he might be memeing, but he also might be not. Like, normally, against a regular Lizardman build, this is probably not gonna work, because the Red Ogres are kind of outclassed by... oh, no. Yeah, yeah, this is I don't... No, this actually is a very good counter... this might actually be a good counter Lizardman build here. Because what can you play against Skaven as the Lizardman? Like, masking spam, and then hopefully use a ton of like cold ones, feral cold ones, and a bunch of air force to like jump the weapons teams. But if you don't bring any weapons teams, their counter weapons teams measure would be useless, and they will be countered instead. Just like here, like normally against an Skaven army with a heavy weapons team's focus, the Shredder will just charge straight into the fight, and the Rip projectiles disrupt all the missile units, while the Shredders keep getting sustained by light regrowth and whatnot. But in this scenario, that doesn't fucking matter. Like, there's nothing for them to disrupt, and all that anti-infantry armor piercing that are supposed to be good against weapons teams are useless here. Like, they're not great against red ogres, and the wolf rats are not the primary target they want to be fighting. And whenever the Rip projectiles goes into a fight against single entities, they're getting shredded by the anti-large, while the Shredder is getting ganged up on by triple teamed by all these single entities. So very nicely done by Helion. Now, final battle, Grand Cavalier versus Chaos Dwarves. Hackmaster is MVP with his passive AoE heal. Oh, defo. Adding even more healing onto the thing. I didn't realize that too. Yeah, that healing synergy is actually really good. Yeah. Also keeping the red ogres alive as well. It's pretty nice. Now, final battle for the day, Grand Cathay versus Chaos Dwarves. Alright, let's see. Grand Cathay army, standard box, front line of Jade Warriors, a little bit too close to the white line, but honestly that's probably enough space for like for maneuvering, so that should be fine. Front line of Jade Warriors backed up by Iron Hail Gunners and a single Grand Cannon and multiple long spears. Very standard stuff here. Peasant Horsemen surrounding the vicinity and double Terracotta Sentinel. I'm actually surprised he brought double Terracotta Sentinel against... And actually not too surprised, because Chaos Dwarf's artillery against Cathay is just gonna get nuked by the cannon, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. Yeah. Zero forgot to sign in the replay. Wait, hold on. Maybe I have a replay from Zero that I didn't pick up. Let me just check. Oh yeah. Hold on. No. No, I don't have Pino Pop versus Zero today. Unfortunately. Yeah. Anyways, for the Chaos Dwarf army frontline of Goblin slaves, Goblin laborers, a second line of Infernal Iron Sworn and the Blazing Beards. Fortunately, okay. Oh well, you brought Greases. You should be proud of yourself for bringing it at all. Demon's Tongue to rush through the Grand Cavalier front line and double Great Taurus. Sorcerer Prophet of Fire coming in with just Burning Head. Yeah, just Burning Head and the Breath Attack. And on the other side, Demon Smith with nothing other than the Reforge ability to heal the Demon's Tongue, but the Demon's Tongue is taking pretty heavy damage from the Grand Cannon. Yeah, sure, they have fire resistance and physical resistance, but that doesn't really matter when the damage is so high from the Grand Cannon. So yeah, things are not looking too hot for the Demon's Tongue. They actually tanked the damage pretty well, fairly well. Iron Hailgun is dropping in while the Blazing Beards are dropping in explosive charges to nuke those Grand Cavalier front line. Same goes for the Iron Sworn here, just really trying to grind it out against the Grand Cavalier army. But the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire is getting threatened pretty hard by the double Sentinels. And Miao Ying is in with... okay, she only brought Regrowth, I suppose. Or Earthblood for heals for the Sentinels. But yeah, the Demon Smith Sorcerer needs to back out of this fight. Getting double teamed by armor piercing entities, especially one of them, Miao Ying herself, is not a great idea. Demon's Tongue is disrupting the back line though, so maybe, oh no, the Grand Cannons are still firing while the Blazing Beards are much needed in the fight here to support the Demon Smith Sorcerer. Especially you want him to stay alive into the late game to keep casting Reforge. Sorcerer Prophet of Fire is getting stuck in a fight here. Probably better just to Burning Head this blob onto the unarmored spears. and also rout off the peasant horses and whatnot. But right now, the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire is taking a lot of damage from the Terracotta Sentinel. The Demon Smith Sorcerer is still stuck in the fight here. He needs to back out. He needs to get out of there. But things are not looking too hot right now. There's still a lot of infantry for... Oh no, there's no more healing for the Demon's Tongue. This is bad. But yeah, there's still a lot of elite Infernal Ironsworn here, but I don't know how much they can do against all these armor-piercing entities, especially with Iron Hail Gunners being resecured for more fire support. And yeah, the Demon Smith Sorcerer is not coming back. More Infernal Ironsworn are swarming in, though. Ironsworn swarming in. Damn tongue twisters. But yeah, Infernal Ironsworn should be able to grind through the peasant and whatnot, no problem. The problem is that the Terracotta Sentinels are still fighting in the vicinity. Oh no! The Iron Hail Gunners are gonna nuke this poor Demon Smith Sorcerer. Somehow still alive there, but nope, routed, and another volley, it'll be dead. Demon's Tongue still fighting, and fighting just fine if anything. Tanking all the damage, whatever. Burning Head pushing off the Iron Hail Gunners, but oh, Grand Cannon from blasting away at the Sorcerer Prophet of Fire. And one very smart thing from the Grand Cafe player, from Jayama here, is that he's not casting any spells with Mel Ying, so Sorcerer Prophet of Fire is not getting any heal whatsoever. He's just keep getting attacked and hacked down by Miao Ying and the Terracotta Sentinel. Infernal Ironsworns are still fighting, but after the death of their leadership, there's no more agency in their play. They're just relying the cycle charging on the Demon's Tongue, and there's pretty much no hope for them to just grind through all the Terracotta Sentinels, and Miao Ying, who can always transform back into human form to cast healing onto the Terracotta Sentinel and herself. So while the Infernal Ironsworn is still a very strong grindy like anvil, there's no more hammer. And they're just kind of relying on the Grand Cafe like running into the anvil again and again and run themselves to death. But the Grand Cafe army is sturdy. They are the hammer themselves. All the single entities are pretty good damage dealers and just hunting down Demon's Tongue, because they know that once they deal with the Demon's Tongue, they can just cycle charge the Ironsworn to death. And especially with the Iron Hail Gunners regrouping and then more Peasant Spears coming back. Oh, here comes the regrowth from Miao Ying, topping up those Sentinels. And yeah, that's probably it. As the Sentinels slowly but surely grinding all those Ironsworn to death. Balance of power is into army losses, and that should be it. And that is game. GG to everyone today, and especially congratulations to Jayama for winning in this tournament, and thank you for everyone for showing up in the tournament and on the stream. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy today's new player tournaments multiplayer action. And if you want to see more, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone subscribed if you are checking out my stream anyways. But yeah, be sure to keep an eye out for more multiplayer content, and I'll see you in the next one. I should go and take a break and go to bed. Have a fabulous rest of the day, wherever you are. And maybe it's already evening, or maybe the next day at this point. But GG to everyone. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching the stream, and I'll see you in the next one. Tactical Lich signing out.